Great to be back again after a long while. I think it's about over a year now since I've done live, but well, your short plug is back, and I have like three topics to look into for you tonight. We'll be looking at the issues associated with this topic. Trust me, it's I feel happy to be live. I haven't done this for since like about a year ago. Well, a lot of things have been happening in the polity. The Jonathan returning issue that Goodluck Jonathan should come back. Goodluck Jonathan should return. Why is people clamoring for the return of former President Goodluck Jonathan? You will recall that Jonathan left power in 2015 when he was defeated by Muhammadu Buhari, the late Muhammadu Buhari. So we'll be looking at the clamor for the return of Goodluck Jonathan. That is one. Well, apologies for starting late. For me to get the setting, it's been a while. So pardon me. Now we'll be looking at the Jonathan issue that Jonathan should return. Why are they saying Goodluck Jonathan should return? What is behind the sudden love for the former president Goodluck Jonathan? Why are they trying to resurrect his dead political career? And if I am Goodluck Jonathan, what am I going to do? Let's assume that I am a former president. I am a former vice president, former state governor for Bayelsa State. If I am Goodluck Jonathan, what am I going to do under the circumstance? Then we'll also be looking at the Obi. If Jonathan is coming, then where lies the fate of candidate of the Labour Party in the 2022 presidential election, Mr. Peter Obi? We'll look at that as well. Then also we'll look at the K1 issue. Somebody Rockshi is saying great to have you here. Please, sound check. Can you please confirm whether I'm audible? Please, let me confirm the sound, please. God bless you. Thanks. So, we'll look at the return of Jonathan, and also we'll look at the K1 versus ValueJet issue. We'll look at it from the angle of K1, the ultimate, the angle of the ValueJet issue, and the angle of the government as well. We'll look at that. And also, what else again? Akpabio is reportedly ill. I saw a report that the Senate President Godswill Akpabio is ill in the United Kingdom. How true this is, sincerely, I don't know. But then, if truly he is ill, what can we point to in that regard? What does that tell us and teaches us? So we'll be looking at all this and a whole lot more on this episode of Politics with your short blog, Dr. Well, let me tell you that, you see, politics is an all-inclusive sport, and it is sure a very interesting game. I think somebody says Jonathan is a great politician, valued than all the politicians today. No, well, but then it is one of those, one of those that has great political value. It's not only Goodluck Jonathan that has great political value. Within the context of Nigeria, I don't agree that Nigeria is a one-man state, that one man is the messiah. No. If you that drop the comment, if they put you in the position of leadership in Nigeria, you can even perform better than some of the guys that are there. So I think that if you look across Nigeria, everybody has kind of like people that have great political value. So it's not only Goodluck Jonathan. If Goodluck Jonathan is not there in 2027, or if he doesn't ever becomes the president again, definitely the country will move forward. It's not like the country will move forward. Nigeria has a lot of superstars that can govern right and do it well. So it's not just only about the former president Goodluck Jonathan, but then it's somebody that deserves great respect and admiration, in the sense that is a role model compared to what we have now. If you look at the dynamics that shaped the emergence of Buhari in 2015, there were some terrible issues. There were some issues that it shouldn't shape the emergence of a government, like the alleged importation of bandits, like the dogs and the baboons and all that. So in that regard, Goodluck Jonathan is somebody that one must have great respect for, because it's not easy in this country of today for you to say, well, let me just go and I concede. It's not easy. And one thing is, people should not expect the kind of Goodluck Jonathan that they had in 2015. People should not expect that in 2027. Bola Ahmed Tinubu is totally different. Tinubu is of a different breed. If you take the eye of Tinubu, you take Luke Jonathan, no, you'll be making a great mistake, because Bola Ahmed Tinubu will give you a good fight, and a good run for your money. That's what is apparently going to happen in 2027. But then this issue that they said, oh, Goodluck Jonathan should come back and run. You go like, is it truly right? Somebody says, fine, babe. Says there's no need for Jonathan to come back. This is their game of distraction. Please, let's try another candidate. Peter Obi is the man. And that the Jungi, I hope I got that right. Said, don't forget, absolute power corrupts absolutely. Not until get there. Can't say I will get it. Go easy. Well, I think I understand what you are trying to say, but what I can tell you for free is that if truly Jonathan is coming, we will be answering some questions. Why do they want Goodluck Jonathan? Why? You see, the North, if you look at that last election, I think the 2015 election rather, the North was very crucial to the loss of Goodluck Jonathan. And all of a sudden, just from nowhere, Goodluck Jonathan is now the beautiful bride. Is it that they truly love Jonathan, or it is their political scheme to power? And that we'll be talking about the ethnic distrust in Nigeria. So we'll be looking at why do they want Goodluck Jonathan, and also I will talk about Jonathan being lured to run based on the ethnic distrust, and what is in it for Peter Obi. Is Goodluck Jonathan a good and sellable candidate? That's another thing we need to look at. Is he a good candidate? Is he a sellable candidate? Is he a candidate that will appeal to the sentiment and the desire of Nigerians? Is he a candidate that can take Nigeria from where it is to where it ought to be? And don't forget that we haven't heard from Goodluck Jonathan since. The people we've been hearing from is Mr. Peter Obi. Has been doing a fantastic job. I think Mr. Peter Obi has even been playing the role of the opposition from the front line than even Atiku Abubakar himself, because some of the things that Mr. Peter Obi have been doing recently, like I read his statement, I think 2 or 3 days ago, and I'm like, okay, this is a good job of the opposition, because the way that statement was crafted. And one thing you realize about Obi now is that Obi is becoming punchy. Do you recall that before now, Mr. Peter Obi is always relaxed? He has this kind of like some soft approach. He has this soft approach to tackling the issue. So I don't know, maybe he has been advised, and if he has been advised, trust me, it's an absolute brilliant advice. But now Mr. Peter Obi is punching hard. If you look at the way he's tackling the Tinubu presidency now, he's leaving no stone unturned, and he has been persistent, he has been consistent. And I can tell you as a political scientist that if you are in the opposition, one of the ways for you to kind of like clinch that hot seat, for you to sit on that seat, is to be consistent, is to be persistent, and to be punchy. And recently, Mr. Peter Obi has been ticking that particular box because he has been persistent, he has been consistent, he has even played the role of the opposition better than Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, and of course is now being punchy. Before now, Mr. Peter Obi is more of the relaxed type, you know. He speaks, he used the kind of like gentleman, if I can use a relatable word, he used the soft approach, you know. He approached issues like a man that has seen a very beautiful lady and he wants to woo the lady, you know. You have to be kind of like calm, you have to be reserved. But maybe the Tinubu boys have hit him very hard, fast and strong, and he's beginning to realize that, well, the way these guys are hitting me hard, particularly the likes of Reno or Mokri, if I don't go all out to kind of like give this guy back in their own coin, definitely my narrative will not sell to the Nigerian people. And kudos to the team of Mr. Peter Obi. Don't take my word for it. Just keep an eye on Obi. Just keep one of your eye. Just be looking at Mr. Peter Obi recently, and you see that he's moving from being a gentleman to being very punchy. And that punchiness is something that he truly needs and can take him from where he is to where he ought to be. That's one thing that I've noticed recently about Obi, but can he be able to sustain it? That I don't know. And I think the people around him, he needs to kind of like fine-tune one or two things. But then, looking at Goodluck Jonathan, I'm looking at this candidate one after the other. Looking at Goodluck Jonathan, you see, Goodluck Jonathan has been politically passive. That's one major disadvantage. He has been very politically passive. We've not heard from him. He's been playing this kind of like elder statesman role. He's been trying to like play the middle ground. He's been trying to like use the, should I say, big boy approach, or the kind of like elderly man approach, or we are the father in this game approach, or should I say that Goodluck Jonathan has been trying to be matured, or to say that, well, I am now, should I say, president emeritus or something like that. So there are some things that I shouldn't do, and that is why if the Tinubu government is doing the right thing, it's quiet. If the Tinubu government is doing the wrong thing, it's quiet. If the Tinubu government is not acting as promised, it's quiet. That is the kind of like elder statesman role. That's the word that I've been looking for. He's been playing the elder statesman role, which is good, which is commendable. But then, if truly he wants to come out of the woods to contest against somebody like Bola Ahmed Tinubu in 2027, then he has to up his sleeves and move from that elder statesman role to the kind of like opposition, and not just ordinary opposition, not just a teacup opposition, not a smiling opposition, but a very rigorous, a very rugged one that can go all out, one that can face the Tinubu government and say, well, this is what you are doing right, this is what you are doing wrong. So one thing about Goodluck Jonathan is that to transform from that particular stage of elder statesman now to the to being an opposition will be very, very difficult. Don't forget that Mr. Peter Obi has already been playing that role. It's just like when they want to play a game and they say, oh, warm up. You know, you are already warming up. You've been playing. You played a match last week. You were on the field yesterday, and they now want to go and bring JJ Okocha. JJ Okocha or Kanu Nwankwo has not played in a while, and you want to bring him to the field for him to adapt to the modern tactics. Don't forget that the tactics of 2015 is now different from the tactics of 2025 and going towards 2027. So if you are in the game and you want to kind of like score a goal, it will be very difficult for you to transform from being a coach, because whether you like it or not, most people would have been consulting Goodluck Jonathan. Like I said, he's been playing the big boy role, the elder statesman role, which is commendable. But then for him to now move from that elder statesman role into like being in the game, it would be very, very difficult. And for him to now reassemble his team, that's another angle to it. If you are watching me for the first time, of course, do well to subscribe. And people that are my ardent viewers, when I used to do live way back, they will know that, well, these are some things that you would expect from me, because I am a political scientist, and this thing comes very easy for me. And one of the things that would affect Goodluck Jonathan is to assemble his team. And I've not even gone into my notes at all. I'm just kind of like trying to wet the ground, so know what to expect in the next few minutes and all that. So apart from that, you see, Goodluck Jonathan, one of the things that will greatly affect him is that, you see, his loyalists before, people that were loyal to him, that were very loyal to him, some of them have pitched their tent either to the camp of Atiku Abubakar, either to the camp of Mr. Peter Obi, or either to the camp of Bola Ahmed Tinubu. You know that all of them, they've thought that, well, our guy doesn't have any interest in politics again. He was president. Definitely he cannot come back and say he wants to be president again. Buhari has even served his time. But Bola Ahmed Tinubu is now there. So the boys of Goodluck Jonathan that are used to power, that are addicted to power, have pitched their tent to these three major candidates. Let us remove Kwakwanso, because he seemed to be a Kano kind of like big boy, if I can use that word. He seems to be kind of like the Kano superstar, so to say. Let us base it on Obi, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and Atiku Abubakar. The boys of Goodluck Jonathan as of 2015 would have moved to these three candidates. They would have moved their loyalty. Don't forget the words of Ruben Abati. Gigab says also we have 3,700 subscribers on YouTube, on social media. Sincerely, let me just take a moment to answer you. Sincerely, I'm so always very busy. Coming live, handling all this social media, it doesn't come that easy for me. Don't forget that I'm an academic and I have a lot on my hand, so I'm more active on this YouTube. YouTube is my first point of call. I just use it to kind of like relax and air my view. So my social media, and if you look at my profile, there's a Facebook there. You can follow it. I hope it becomes kind of like very active one day. Maybe I'll have time to be posting on it. There's also a TikTok account as well. I was kind of like managing it, but at some point I got kind of like very stressed and tired of it. But if you are watching me on YouTube, trust me, anything that I'm dropping, I drop it here first, and this is my first point of call. So the boys of Goodluck Jonathan, as I was saying, they would have pitched their tent to other places, and one of the problems that Goodluck Jonathan will have is winning back the loyalty of these guys. Don't forget that you cannot hold them by the barrel of the gun. Some of them are already comfortable where they are, and I'll give you a very perfect example, the best example that you can get in that regard. For instance, somebody like Nyesom Wike, which is a perfect, is like he's a popular name. He makes the newest headlines every now and then. Nyesom Wike is somebody that before Goodluck Jonathan left office in 2015, that was when Nyesom Wike was contesting to be governor. There are videos, and maybe in the next week or so, I'll make this stream in such a way that I can play videos, and in such a way that I can receive call. I have a number that people can call in. Some of my old viewers, they have that number. If you want to call in, you can try and call in, but I'm here to open the phone lines anyway. So if these guys, it will be difficult for them. For instance, a Nyesom Wike is very comfortable with Bola Ahmed Tinubu now. Nyesom Wike is somebody that he believes that, well, with Tinubu he is safe. So for Nyesom Wike, that was with Goodluck Jonathan in 2015, to suddenly cross carpet and say, oh no, I'm not with Tinubu again, I'm not with Goodluck Jonathan, it will be very, very difficult, because Nyesom Wike will think of the power of incumbency. Don't forget, the power of incumbency is very strong. It is Bola Ahmed Tinubu that will appoint the Inspector General of Police. He will be the one to appoint the Chief of Army Staff, the INEC chairman. He will be the one to appoint it. You know, he is already on that seat, and the power of incumbency is something that you cannot undermine or joke with. So that itself is another issue. But the loyalists of Goodluck Jonathan, it will be difficult for some of them to reverse their step, because they've already gone way ahead than Goodluck Jonathan. Some of them will be looking in 2019, maybe Oga, you know, the usual Nigeria way that, oh, maybe Oga will indicate interest. And even when Bola Ahmed Tinubu want to contest, some of them will be looking at the body language. Will Oga want to contest? Immediately Bola Ahmed Tinubu emerge and Jonathan didn't contest, many of them will think that, well, Oga is no longer interested, and Bola Ahmed Tinubu will, in their own calculation, spend 8 years. So all of them will move towards Bola Ahmed Tinubu. So it's not that easy for Goodluck Jonathan. It's not that easy for him to just kind of like emerge just like that. And don't forget that in Nigeria, we have different kind of people. We have oriented people, we have disoriented people. And I can tell you, as a Nigerian, the full-blown Nigerian, maternal, paternal, full-blown Nigerian, I can tell you for free that the people that are oriented in Nigeria are lesser, way lesser than the disoriented ones. The disoriented ones are the ones that you will suffer them all year round. And when it comes to 2 weeks to the election, you give them rice, you give them palm oil, you give them groundnut oil, you give them seasoning, popularly called Maggi, and at the end of the day, they will just say, oh, I think this person is nice, and they'll go and vote for you. If you want to now finish their destiny, just give them 5,000 or 10,000 naira. Those are the disoriented class. And if you look at Nigeria, based on the level of poverty, the hardship in the land, the disoriented class is more than the oriented class, and that disorientation is one of the things that Goodluck Jonathan himself will encounter, in the sense that, let us look at it, is Jonathan a new money or old money? That's another thing that we need to look at. Is he a new money or old money? Jonathan, if anything, if the reality is to be said, Jonathan is I can call him an old money, in the sense that before he became the president, he said, oh, I don't have shoe, I only have one shoe, I used to trek, I used to go and catch fish with canoe, this and that, and this, you know, and all that. And since then, Goodluck Jonathan left office. Now, the money that he needs to contest in the reality of Nigeria today, does he have it? If he has it, is he willing to risk spending that money? You know that it's two things for you to have money. It's another thing for you to be willing to spend that money. There are two different things. Oh, you have money now, you will have friends, you will have people, you have family that they have money. These guys are rich, they are big guys, but they are not willing to spend that money. So having money is different from you being willing and able to spend that money. So if Goodluck Jonathan have the money, is he willing to spend the money? Another thing is that if he's willing to spend the money, does he have the money that will match that of Bola Ahmed Tinubu? Don't forget my point about oriented and disoriented citizens and Nigerians that easily sell their votes, sell their birthright because of porridge. I think it was Esau in the Bible, the biblical Esau, that they will sell their birthright because of a pot of porridge and all that. As it is in the beginning, so it is now. So can Goodluck Jonathan match Bola Ahmed Tinubu fund for fund? The answer is apparently no. Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the day I know that he has money was the day Dele Momodu appeared on TV. And Bashorun Dele Momodu said, that the kind of money that Bola Ahmed Tinubu has, he has never seen that kind of money in his life. I shock. Some of you don't know that Dele Momodu himself is a big boy. Forget all these ones that Yeson Wike is saying. Dele Momodu is a big boy on his own. He worked with MKO Abiola. There was a point in time before the advent of social media. If you don't appear on Ovation magazine of Dele Momodu, you are not rich yet. If you don't appear on that magazine, you are not influential yet. If you don't appear on Ovation, you are not a big boy yet. You are nobody. So everybody struggle to be on that particular magazine. So Dele Momodu has cashed out before the advent of social media. Before social media, you can post on Facebook, you can post on Twitter, all this TikTok, Instagram. Dele Momodu has already cashed out. So for somebody that has cashed out, for somebody that have seen money, that have tasted money, for him to say that, the kind of money that Tinubu have, this is not my word, this is the word of Dele Momodu, that he have never in his life see that kind of money. Well, let us look at the information in public domain and what we can point to. Is Tinubu rich? You cannot say Tinubu is poor, because if you look at the election of 2023, before presidential election, presidential candidates usually go around with begging bowl. They will organize, all this fundraising dinner and all that. They will kind of like, solicit for funds. They will be lobbying state governor. I challenge somebody to quote me wrong. Show me like 2 examples. There may be one, maybe, but let's make it 2. 2 examples where Bola Ahmed Tinubu solicit for fund when he want to contest. Show me the example where Bola Ahmed Tinubu went around with begging bowl that, governor, please help me. Governor, give me money. Donate money for me. No. And don't forget that during that election, even Buhari wasn't cooperative. Because you remember the Naira redesign of it. So Buhari himself, I can argue it from now to tomorrow that he doesn't even want Bola Ahmed Tinubu to emerge as the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Buhari never wanted it. And I can debate it with anybody from now till next year. So if you look at it, these are some of the issues. But then looking at Obi has been active. So the big question is that, will Jonathan decide to come forward? If Jonathan decide to come forward, will Peter Obi still decide to run? If Peter Obi decide to run, punch your calculator, what will be the mathematical equation? Won't it affect Mr. Peter Obi? Because right now, there seems to be a problem for Mr. Peter Obi. He already has the followership. Right now, Goodluck Jonathan doesn't seem to have that kind of followership. Sincerely, Mr. Peter Obi is the beautiful bride now. People believe that, this guy can turn things around. This guy can really perform wonders. He can do a whole lot of magic. But then, the thing is that if Mr. Peter Obi decides to run, and a Goodluck Jonathan has been convinced, as reported by Vanguard today, to come and run again, how will it affect Obi? Does Obi have any hope? Looking at it, the North made Bola Ahmed Tinubu president. Mr. Peter Obi already have this kind of like overwhelming influence in the South, and his influence in the South have gone beyond imagination because of the performance of the Tinubu presidency. Forget about sycophants, forget about tribalists, forget about people that have no knowledge of some of these things. The performance of the Tinubu administration is below average, but that's another talk for another day. And that performance that is below average will be one of the things that will affect him in 2027. So if Goodluck Jonathan is coming, this Peter Obi, what is his fate? Because if Jonathan truly decides to run, the core North will decide to go with Goodluck Jonathan, because they know that he has a 4 years, and after that 4 years he's going back to his hometown, Otuoke, and they know that once he goes back to Otuoke, he can never run to be the president of Nigeria again unless the constitution is changed. If the constitution is changed and we are no longer using the 1999 constitution, if Buhari is still alive, he can contest. So if they change the constitution of Nigeria today, unless they put it in that constitution that if you have already been the president before, Despite us having a new constitution, you cannot contest. But if they don't put it there, immediately we adopt a new constitution. Definitely, Jonathan, even if he has spent 2 years, Tinubu, who else is alive? Obasanjo can still come back to contest again because it is the 1999 constitution that is holding them back. It is the 1999 constitution that says if you have spent 2 terms, you cannot contest again. Not, let me use an example, not the 2026 constitution, right? If there's a new constitution in 2026, definitely the Buhari, if he's alive, can still come back to contest. So you see that 2027 will be a very tough political year, and what will determine what will happen will be based on the maturity of these guys, and I don't see that happening based on the attitude of the likes of Atiku Abubakar. You see, Atiku Abubakar needs to realize something in life. There are some times that God will just make you will just put you in a place not to score the goal. Yes, let me use that example. Let me use football. There must be an assist. Somebody must pass the ball to you, and there must be the goal scorer. In life, you cannot always be the goal scorer. No, you are not the only one on the field. Some people will be playing the ball, passing the ball, then they will pass it to you. You will deliver. That's one thing Atiku Abubakar needs to realize. Maybe he's destined to be an assist. Some of you that watch football, you understand what I'm saying. Maybe he's not destined to be the goal scorer. Maybe he's only destined to be an assist because he has been a vice president. We can put that in the realm of assist anyway. And also, if you look at it, Atiku Abubakar, he has been contesting since 1993. Some of you don't know. You see, if you don't follow politics, I can tell you, if I come to this world again, I will study political science till I die, and I will have strong interest in politics because, as we usually teach our students, that politics is a ubiquitous and a contagious phenomenon. It is all conditioning in all conditions. But when I'm on social media, I don't like to, go into the political jargons and all that, because I know that some of you have never sat in a political science class, and that's why I laugh when somebody will say, "Oh, Dr. DG, this thing you are saying, you don't know what you are saying. You are saying rubbish." Hey, if I decide to enter into the spirit in terms of the art and teaching of political science, you won't even understand what I'm saying. But that's another issue for another day. So if you look at it, Atiku Abubakar is a major factor. But then, you see, this bringing of Goodluck Jonathan is something that, the person that it will affect most is Peter Obi and Bola Ahmed Tinubu. It will greatly affect Peter Obi because Peter Obi, his chance will be reduced, and Bola Ahmed Tinubu himself, it will greatly affect him because if Bola Ahmed Tinubu is running in 2027, then a Goodluck Jonathan is coming. The big question is, what do you want to use to campaign against Goodluck Jonathan? What do you want to use? I'm still thinking of that thing, despite the fact that I'm a political scientist. I've been thinking, what can the APC use to campaign against Goodluck Jonathan? Is it performance? This guy left dollar at about 200 naira. Dollar now is about 1,600. What do you want to use to campaign against him? The price of rice, the price of foodstuff, what do you want to use to campaign against Goodluck Jonathan? But then, Goodluck Jonathan is not the beloved. That's another problem. You see, when you are going for a presidential election, it must be, the candidate must be the people's beloved. But right now, Goodluck Jonathan is not the people's beloved. The people's beloved is Peter Obi. If you look at it, if you go to social media, in fact, fear some of disobedience because they have no chill at all. The way they will come for you if you try to do anyhow. So the people's beloved apparently is Peter Obi. So if Peter Obi is the people's beloved and you are bringing Goodluck Jonathan, will you be able to convert the obedient to love Goodluck Jonathan? That is one task that may not be achievable. And if will Peter Obi now decide that, I want to step aside. Goodluck Jonathan, my oga, wants to run. If he steps aside, will he still have that support base of his obedient? That's another point. Now, another point is that how will he convince the obedient that are convinced that you are the one that can do this job? You are the man for the job. How will he convince them? Then let us look at the ethnic bigots. Every ethnic group have their bigots. Now the ethnic bigots in the southeast, how will you convince them that you are close to the presidency? Ijo have ruled, in the person of Goodluck Jonathan recently. The Hausa Fulani have ruled. The Yorubas have ruled. The southeast is now close to it. You now say, you are stepping down for an Ijo man to run. Then how will you convince the people that believe in you? That is another issue entirely. So if you look at it, it is something that it is very complex and it is very difficult to resolve, because Mr. Peter Obi is one man, but he's a man that is going about with millions of votes. So how do you convince such people? How do you tell them that, okay, I think I should step down? And when they put in the calculator, that means that Obi have to wait till 2039. By that 2039, new political superstars would have emerged. No king reigns forever. There would have been new political superstars by 2039, and age will not be on Obi's side. So you can see that there is a lot of problem. There's serious problem in terms of who will be what in 2027. The only person that is sure for that he will get the ticket and he will get some support, because he is in charge of the national cake. And as I've said in some of my forum and to some of my students, politics is very magnetic. Power is very magnetic. Politics is very magnetic. Politics and people, or should I say power and people, is like iron and magnet. If you put iron, if you put it together and you are bringing it close, it will just magnet. That is how politics is, particularly in Nigeria. So it's not that easy at all. It is in fact, I don't know how somebody like Mr. Peter Obi will be sleeping. Because if I am Mr. Peter Obi, I go don't draw mathematical equation, my brain go don't want bust. Because before you look at the Tinubu effect, before you look at the Jonathan effect, and trust me, you may think Jonathan will not come. That guy may be on his way already. That guy may be on his way already. Never say never. Look at Ghana, neighboring Ghana. This John Mahama. Yes, I think John Mahama, something like that. The current president of Ghana. He was president before. I think Nana Akufo-Addo defeated him, and that one spent 2 terms. They went to resurrect John Mahama back, and now he's back as president. That John Mahama is back as Ghana's president now. So you can see that never say never. Don't say that, oh, Goodluck Jonathan will not come, the guy will not contest. No, you are deceiving yourself. That man may already be on his way. I'm telling you, so far they can convince him, and so far people around him can tell him that, oh, this is the permutation, this is the equation, particularly the North. Goodluck Jonathan will think that the South covered. The Southeast, it will be very, very difficult, sincerely, because Obi is a factor. But the South, if it's covered, he will think that, okay, the North, then if he can rake in 1 or 2 votes, it can emerge. But then the big question is that the choice of the political elite, and take note of this, that I want to say, the choice of the political elite must equate or must be at equilibrium. I don't want to speak too much grammar for all this, my social media. What do I use at equilibrium? What will I use as equilibrium point? I like to carry everybody along. We'll be at the same level, must be at an equal level with the desire of the people. You understand? What the political elite, who they want, who they feel can deliver, and who the people want must meet at an equal level. I think economists call it equilibrium point. That's how they must meet. If not, there will be a problem. Let me give you an example. 2015, Bola Ahmed Tinubu decided to go and resurrect Muhammadu Buhari from Daura. Because why? He was able to see that, okay, the political elite love this guy. They think, oh, he's the Megaskia, all those things are fake. Oh. I can tell you, I can analyze it from now to tomorrow. All those integrity, oh, Buhari, Mr. Integrity, fake. And I tell you, fake. And I'm saying it live. Everybody's watching me, 100% fake. All these, oh, Buhari, Mr. Integrity, now fake. Let me give you an example before I continue about Buhari. There was a time in, I think, 2015, I was watching, I think I live streamed it, and APC was doing political campaign. And Adams Oshiomhole was on the podium, the same small statured Adams Oshiomhole. Shout out to him with profound respect. Adams Oshiomhole was screaming on the podium, this election is about integrity. This election is about, Buhari is a man of integrity. Oh, Buhari is this. Buhari is that. Oh, Buhari is this. Buhari is that. Oh, Buhari is the Messiah. After Jesus Christ, after Muhammad is Buhari. And as a political scientist, I was watching. And what Oshiomhole was saying was contradicting the information that is available to me as a political scientist. And I was looking, Osho Baba, behave yourself. What are you saying? Then, based on my training, I decided, okay, let me conduct a brief research about Buhari, just Dex research. Now, okay, this integrity, that is the mantra of what they are using to campaign for Buhari. Let me just do a Dex research about it. And if you know social scientists, political scientists, well-trained ones, I'm not talking of, this, by the roadside political, I'm talking of well-trained political scientists. Research, they add them. To do research is in their blood, they add them. So I sat down my table and I'm like, okay, let me just do some Dex research about Muhammadu Buhari. And before I start the research, something just struck my mind that, what do you want to research? Integrity. In your own mind, do you think Buhari have integrity? And I was asking myself, I'm sharing with you my quiet moment now, and I was asking myself that, what are you saying? Integrity. Then the answer for somebody like Abu Mumin Rahman, I'm trying to answer you now. Then the man told me that, okay, if Muhammadu Buhari is a man of integrity, do men of integrity receive stolen things? Do men of integrity steal? Do men of integrity receive stolen things? If you don't know, if you plan a coup, or they plan a coup and give you power, and you receive it, you are either a thief or you have received stolen things. I'm beating my chest as a political scientist. If you doubt me, come for debate. Take me to engineering, I will fail. I don't know it. Take me to give me clothes now. So, Dr. Deji, this clothes, I will sew nonsense. But you see, politics and governance, come forward. If Muhammadu Buhari is a man of integrity, do men of integrity receive stolen things? Do men of integrity steal? Let's be realistic with ourselves. Forget about all the sycophants in Nigeria. You may like Buhari. Fine, it's okay. Some people like Bola Ahmed Tinubu. There's nothing you tell them. Tell them, oh, Bola Ahmed Tinubu is this, is that. Doesn't have mother, doesn't have father, doesn't have that. It's a lie. They will love him. They will still follow him. That is the truth. So Muhammadu Buhari will have his own followers. It's okay. I have nothing against the man. But that lie, that integrity was sold to Nigerians and it was bought by Nigerians. Why? Largely disoriented citizens. I said it earlier, disoriented citizens. Another instance, apart from, toppling a democratic government, the government of Shehu Shagari, like I said, men of integrity, do they receive stolen things or do they steal? So if you are a sympathizer of Buhari, God rest his soul, he has done his bit, and may God have mercy on him. I have great respect for him. He's somebody that I have great regard for. But my viewers knows me that I don't mind Ox is God. I will tell you the truth. And if you doubt me, then you have to come forward with another strong argument. Men of integrity, do they receive stolen things? Do they steal? If you participate in a coup that brought you into power, or as some of his loyalists will say that, they planned the coup, but after finishing planning the coup, they now say, Buhari, come and take power. Okay, let us agree. Buhari didn't participate in the coup. They just planned the coup, and they just say, come and take power. Okay, fine. Buhari now took the power. Received stolen things. Another instance, Muhammadu Buhari was Minister of Petroleum at some point, I think under Abacha or something like that, with the money that Nigeria was receiving, and is still receiving under his watch as this Minister of Petroleum or something. So tell me, where is the integrity? So when I sat down just to do a Dex research, my mind stood and some of these points came to my mind, and I'm like, no, this integrity is absolutely fake. In fact, I was about to write a piece on it then, but I'm like, what's my business? Let them just do their thing. That was it. I just left them. But I am convinced, personally, that Muhammadu Buhari is not a man of integrity at all. There's nothing like integrity. And another thing is, look at what this the man did to Bola Ahmed Tinubu. You see, let me tell you something. If Bola Ahmed Tinubu decide to speak, if he decide to speak about Muhammadu Buhari, there will be problem. But it used to be politically nice, so nobody should come with, but God rest his soul, may God forgive him his sins. It's one of God's favorites, because it's not easy to be military head of state and to be president in a country like Nigeria. It's absolutely not easy. So may God have mercy on his soul. But back to this Obi issue and Obi Jonathan issue. One thing we need to ask ourselves is, why do they want Goodluck Jonathan. They want Goodluck Jonathan because it's an instrument of power facilitation to the North. It's a great instrument. It's a key to open a door. What is in that door? Power. Jonathan is a key to open a door. That door, what is in that door? Power of the presidency of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. And the power of being a Nigeria's president, if you know the power, that you are the president of Nigeria, if you know the kind of power attached to it, oh my God. You see, Bola Ahmed Tinubu as he is now, the kind of power in his hands, the president of some of these Western countries do not have it. That's how, look at what is happening in Rivers State. Look at what is happening. So if you look at it well, why do they want Goodluck Jonathan? They want Goodluck Jonathan as a power facilitation instrument. And I use that word carefully if you can interpret it. Power facilitation instrument to the North. That's the only reason why they want Jonathan. It's not that Jonathan is more handsome than before. No. It's not that Jonathan is more honest than before. No. It's not that Jonathan is shorter than before. No. It's not that he's taller than before. It's not that. There's nothing special about Goodluck Jonathan again. But why do they want him? Some of these people that are trying to bring him, they want Goodluck Jonathan because it's an instrument of power facilitation back to the North. And if you look at the northern Nigeria, there's one thing the North doesn't joke with. There's one thing the North doesn't joke with, and that is power. Go into the history of Nigeria, begin to look at it. Some of you that are old, some of you that are even my seniors, with profound respect to you, just think back. Like, okay, just look at the history of Nigeria. One thing the North doesn't joke with is power. And another thing, if the North is against you, there's nothing you can use to appease them. When Goodluck Jonathan was using the tenor of Yaradua, there's nothing he didn't do to appease the North. You will recall that he was appointing Northerners back to back. This appointment, not. This one, not. This one, not. That one, not. But immediately they brought Buhari, those same people left him. So what do they now want the same Goodluck Jonathan for? After leaving office by 2027, it will be 12, 4, 8, 12. Yes, it will be 12 years that he has left office. So why do they want him back? Because it is confirmed, according to Vanguard. Some of you don't like to read. I don't know why. Reading is one of the best things that can happen to you. Go to Vanguard newspaper today. Read it online. I read it online. They said Goodluck Jonathan is coming back. That they spoke to a friend of Goodluck Jonathan, the party of Goodluck Jonathan, the ally of Goodluck Jonathan, people that can see the heart, that have the heart of Goodluck Jonathan. Vanguard said they spoke to the person, and the person confirmed that Goodluck Jonathan is coming back. This is not my word now. Don't say, oh, Dr. Deji. Go and read it. They said Goodluck Jonathan is coming back. So if he decides to come back, if they are able to convince him, they will convince him that, oh, don't worry, we are the North, we will support you. You know, we don't like Bola Ahmed Tinubu, we are displeased with him. He hasn't performed this, that. The same North that when Muhammadu Buhari was ruling anyhow, they kept quiet. You see, if Bola Ahmed Tinubu is not careful, he go cry. Tears go come off for him, hot tears. I'm telling you, if you can play him this tape, go and play him. That one of his kinsmen says he will cry if he's not very careful. Do you know the reason? The Buhari boys that Bola Ahmed Tinubu tried to save when he came into power, and he saw a lot of things against them, some of the anomalies that they did, and he tried to be nice. They are the one ganging up against him now. They are the one. So now that Buhari is dead, is it not safe to go after them and eat them hard, fast, and strong? 3 in 1. Hard, fast, strong. So that at the end of the day, even if you don't eventually emerge for second term, they too, they no go balance. If they no balance, now draw be that 1-1. But if they misbehave and you decide to leave them, they use their resources, power, influence, connection, and mind to gang up against you. If they successfully bring Jonathan or Obi and they remove you from office, that's 2-0. They've scored you 2-0. You are a loser. You don't lose. In fact, with profound respect, Mama, what's the name of this Mama? Mama Abibatu Mogaji. With profound respect, you know, will wake up and tear his son, her son rather, a dirty slap. That Bola, why are you not wise? So it is more complex than even Bola Ahmed Tinubu himself thinks. Because the truth is, the North is dissatisfied. Don't let's deceive ourselves. You see, oh, I wish I can open people's brain or connect their brain with my own in terms of Bluetooth. Go back to 2015 election. Go back to 2015 election. What did Goodluck Jonathan not use to convince the North? There's nothing that man did not do. There is nothing that man do not do to convince the North. Nothing. So now, if they bring Goodluck Jonathan, they know that Goodluck Jonathan will only serve one term, and they are displeased with you. And at the end of the day, they have a viable option in Jonathan. Before you know it, if they pour Goodluck Jonathan's vote, if they pour the Northern vote to Goodluck Jonathan, you never enter problem. So if Bola Ahmed Tinubu is wise, what he's supposed to do is to go after some of these Buhari boys that are against him. He worked for Muhammadu Buhari. He spent his money on Muhammadu Buhari. Muhammadu Buhari, when it was his turn to pay back, he didn't give him the full support during APC primary. Bola Ahmed Tinubu used his political gymnastics, his political stature, his political abracadabra to emerge as the APC candidate. The Buhari boys came again with another strategy and said, Naira redesign. Naira redesign. Excuse me, which country would you see a government that has not performed and will be planning for an election and will bring Naira redesign? Do I need to speak in tongues? No. Do I need to lay hands on you before you understand what I'm saying? No, even Muhammadu Buhari himself apparently does not want Tinubu. Fine, God helped you, INEC helped you, police helped you, snatch it, run away with it and all that, Bulaba, Balablu helped you. Fine, whether right or wrongly, you are the president. When he got there was no money. There was first subsidy issue. Okay, now, go against this fraudster. Baba, you said first subsidy is a scam. Okay, we agree, saying a scam. Where are the scammers? Hello? Where are the scammers? First subsidy is a scam. Oh, it is people that are profiting from it. Where are the profiteers? Where are the profiteers? So the people that are the scammers, the people that are profiting from the first subsidy, where are they? Rather than for you to go after them, and some of the infractions that have been committed by the Buhari boys, you left them. You decide to put Nigerians in hardship. Don't forget that in the history of Nigeria, Nigeria is rich, but Nigerians have been historically poor. Oh, God. I don't want to explain that, but some of you understand what I'm saying. Nigeria is rich, but Nigerians have been historically poor. But Nigeria itself is a rich country. That's the contrast of Nigeria. But Nigerians, majority of them, have been historically poor. Go to Ogoni, go to, I don't want to divert. You now remove fuel subsidy in a country of historically poor people. Just because why? You want to have money. You have removed the pain from government and put it to the ordinary Nigerian. Till today, you are here to provide the fraudsters. And that is where Bola Ahmed Tinubu is having a problem. See me, there's one thing I believe in. Whether you like it or not, you will die. Whether I like it or not, I will die. If Jesus Christ can die, everybody will die. I will not abuse you, but that truth, I will say it. Everybody will die. So I'm this type that I don't know, I will say the truth as it is. If you are my brother, I will tell you. Even me and my brother, we dey fight because they know that if they want to hear the truth, go to DG. He will tell you the truth. So if you remove the subsidy, where are the fraudsters? Where are they? The fraudsters are some of them are these Buhari boys. Oh, some of these fraudsters are these Buhari boys. You left them. Now they've gained power. They gave strength. That power and strength we then gain. Now you the one can use them against. Let's be realistic with ourselves. Are you wise? That's why when they say, oh, Bola Ahmed Tinubu is a political strategist, this, that, this. I'll be like, yeah, great guy. You know, he didn't contest as president. You know, one time he contest. That must have taken a lot of strategy, yeah. But sometimes I will look at it back again that, is this guy really the political strategies that they are calling him? Because can't you see the handwriting on the wall? As clear as the one in Daniel 5:25, mene tekel opasin. Can't you see the handwriting on the wall? So those Buhari boys now are some of the people that are now scheming against Bola Tinubu. And to now make matters worse, Buhari is not alive to rescue him. Buhari is not alive to now rescue him and say, oh, my boys, no. Stay with Tinubu. We must pay him back in his own coin. He was very influential. He was very helpful for me. In fact, some of them will even come and say, no, Tinubu didn't make any input. Some people like Boss Mustafa, Malami is now with this ADC. The fake professor, Isa Ali Pantami, and I'm saying it live on a Pantami. If you are watching me, you are a fake professor. I'm saying this one live. I'm an academic like you. You have a PhD, I have a PhD. I know what it takes to be a professor. You are not a professor, you are a fake professor. Your professorship can only be earned in a country like Nigeria. Forget all those ones that you go and put your professor. Which professor is that? But that's another story for another day. In Nigeria, we abuse power. We are title crazy. You receive your PhD. I think you were teaching in Saudi Arabia or something like that. You have opportunity because you are close to Buhari. You became minister of this. Is it? I've forgotten his portfolio at that point in time. Then all of a sudden, from nowhere, professor. What kind of professor is that? Go and read some of his profile online. Search his something. You see which professor. So I usually call him Patami fake professor. And I'm not afraid to say it because I'm an academic like him. He has a PhD, I have a PhD. So Patami cannot tell me I don't know what it takes to be a professor. The craze. So Patami, forget, he's not a professor. That is Alipanta. He is not a professor. Forget that thing. He can only be a professor in a country like Nigeria. He can only be a professor if he's title crazy. But in terms of what it takes to be a professor, I don't even think he qualifies as an associate professor. Because Professor Akeda has different levels. I don't think, if you look at his CV, and I don't think he's qualified to be an associate professor, not to talk of a full professor. And for you to be a full professor, you must first be an associate professor. As at when Patami was made a professor, he declared himself a professor. I don't think he was even an associate professor at that point in time. But that's another, issue for another day. I tell you, I will tell you the truth. So if you have been thinking that, oh, Isa Ali Patami, oh, professor, you remember that even ASU came up at that point in time to disown his professorship, that no, you are not a professor. But because he's a Buhari boy, everything is possible if you are a Buhari boy at that point in time. Definitely, it went on like that. But Patami, Isa Ali Patami, is not a professor. No, he's not. So looking at it, it is some of these guys now that are scheming against Bola Ahmed Tinubu. So how is Bola Ahmed Tinubu a political strategist? Are you not supposed to go after them so that you will win the support of some Nigerians? Are you not supposed to go after so that you will win the support of some Nigerians? So at the end of the day, Bola Ahmed Tinubu may be consumed by his own indecision. You heard me right. At the end of the day, Tinubu may be consumed by his own indecision. Not being decisive. If I were to see Bola Ahmed Tinubu today, and I'm to give him one political advice as a thoroughbred political scientist, I go tell him, sir, you see those Buhari boys, go and look into their case. Because it is sure that they will work against you. Forget. The only person that can save you is Buhari himself. And Buhari is gone. That's the only person that can save you. During election period, Buhari will follow you and will say, oh, Megaskia, he will speak Hausa Fulani. If you love me, if you believe in me, vote my brother, Bola Ahmed Tinubu. He will do this, he will do that, this, that, this. Some of them will change their mind. Bola Ahmed Tinubu can still convince some people. Malami, the former Attorney General of the Federation, now Buhari in-law, he married Buhari's daughter. He married one of Buhari's daughters. So Buhari must be able to talk to him. Malanoya, go back there. Go back there is go back there. He has to go back. Go and work for Bola. What do you mean? Here we go. But now Buhari is dead. So Buhari that is dead has left Tinubu as a political orphan. Let us be realistic. You know me, I won't lie to you. Has left Tinubu as a political orphan. You see that 12 million vote? That 12 million vote that they are saying. Let us look at the North. People that have influence in the North now, after Buhari, is one, Atiku. Two, Babangida. Babangida can never contest. He will never contest. Till tomorrow, till he dies, Babangida is very influential. You see that Hilltop residence, you must go there. When they are saying, oh, owners of Nigeria, powers that be, Babangida is among. That Hilltop residence, that Hilltop, you must go there, whether you like it or not. So, Babangida will never contest. Atiku is positioning himself. So, that Buhari vote, if you are not careful, now Atiku go inherit am. I'm telling you. Because if you look at it in the political history of the North, another person that comes after Buhari in terms of gathering vote is Atiku Abubakar. The next after Buhari, that you can put him out and he will rake in millions of votes in it, is Atiku. Now that Buhari is gone, Atiku will be looking to advance. And that is why, you see that Atiku, a very wise, smart guy. And I will tell you one reason. This lady, may God bless her wisdom. I love intelligent people. This small Hausa Fulani girl that I think defeated people in English something just very recently. One small girl like that. Who came out? It was fake professor. Issa Alekpatami, the fake professor. That came out and say, oh, they should come out and vote for not vote for. They should give the girl 100,000 too. Give her this, give her that. The Tinubu boys do not answer. The presidency just released a statement to congratulate her. How many people do you want to give $100,000? Instantly, Atiku Abubakar cashing on it. Bam! Before you will say Jesus is Lord, there's a statement from the Atiku Foundation. I don't know the speed that they used to type that statement. They've given this girl a scholarship. Throughout her secondary school, throughout her university, they now put a clause, any university of your choice. You think Atiku is not wise? When Muhammadu Buhari died, Atiku went to Buhari's house and turned the place into his home for like 2-3 days. And you be thinking, Atiku, you not get job again. Atiku, what you still do? You still there here? He just went there. He knows what he's doing. You think Atiku, he doesn't know what he's doing? Atiku has been in this game since the days of MK Abiola. So Atiku right now is scheming to get that Buhari vote. Some of the people that joined him, they only left because they believe Muhammadu Buhari has more organic support than him. The likes of Garba Shehu, some of these political guys, they now left. Let's go with Buhari. But now that Buhari is dead, Atiku is like his political nest of kin in terms of getting northern votes. That's why Atiku is a major factor in the 2027 election. It's a very major factor. But Atiku will never work for Tinubu. Atiku can work for Obi if he decides not to contest, which is most unlikely. He can decide that, I don't want to contest, but which is most unlikely. At the end of the day, it will lead to problem. Serious problem. So, Obi is a good candidate, is the people's choice, but then there is a Jonathan that is coming. There is a Jonathan that is, I want to block somebody now. He said you are not making any sense, guy. If I look at you now, maybe you are a technician. You tell a PhD political science talking politics that is not making sense. That's why I block you. Sorry, my guy, Sorry. Except if you come up with another argument. I think you are not right based on this and this and this and this and this. I will read it. I'll be like, okay, guy, this is what you are saying. Okay, let me come in from this angle. Let me explain this to you. But for you to just come up with what we call slippery statement that, you are not making sense, guy. Don't forget that thing. Yeah. So, if you look at it, it is more complex than you think. But I think that the northern issue is something that must be looked into because they want Jonathan just simply because of power. They want him just because he is the key to power facilitation to the North. Not because there's anything special about him. They don't want to know whether he will perform or not. So that is why you see that the love of politics, when people say they love you, in terms of politics, it is fake love. It is fake love. My brother, Unwokode says don't block him. He just need a little bit more. No. My brother, no. I used to say something at the end of my every video. I'll say, I love you all sincerely. That thing that I usually say, that's how it is. I love everybody sincerely. Then if I want to start my video, I have a signature. I will say, hello, great people. It's either who you are or who you will be or who I pray you should be. I don't speak in vacuum. If I want to start a video and I say, hello, great people, it's either who you are, who you will be, or who I pray you should be. So I believe we are a forum of matured people. You understand? If I'm not here speaking, if you want to hear me, you pay dollars or pounds. So I'm telling you, you can only hear me for free on this kind of platform. If you want to, then you must meet the requirement. It's either you have a BSc in political science before you are coming to do masters. And look at what it takes to earn a BSc in political science. Do you have a BSc in political science? If you don't have, even with your money, you cannot hear me. So I cannot be speaking and somebody will come with a slippery statement. No, we call it slippery statement. No, I don't really fancy that. No. So that's just it. I don't fancy that. You don't kind of like try to sit behind your keypad and think you can just denigrate people. No, that's not. Look at me now, the way I've been speaking. I've not abused anybody. If you play my tape back from the beginning, you see that this guy, he has taken this one step at a time. That's one thing I don't tolerate on my platform. So Jonathan is being lured out to run. Apart from because they want him as a key to the power to return back to the North, he's also being lured back as a result of ethnic distrust. That's another point. We are going into another realm now. We are moving into another dimension now. Jonathan is also being lured, being resurrected. His political fortune is being resurrected because of ethnic distrust. If not, Obi have said, I will use one term. Obi has vowed. Obi has cried. Obi has screamed. Obi has knelt down. Obi has used everything he can use to convince people. He has written, he has said it again and again. He has used all the lyrics in this world. I will use only one term. I will use only one term. There's nothing Obi has not used to convince people. That he will just use one term, just one. But still, for anybody to have an Obi, for anybody to have, this guy is also interested, very interested in running. That's another problem for Obi. Rotimi Amechi, yeah. Very, very interested in running. Very, very interested. In fact, the way, if you look at him well, if you're a political scientist, if you look Rotimi Amechi well, you will know that, oh, we know your game. You are coming. You want to run. So for the people to leave Rotimi Amechi, to leave Obi, despite the fact that Obi have been, even Amechi have not even said anything. That, I will do one time. No. But he's interested in running. But Obi that is begging, that is crying, that is screaming, saying, I will use one time. I will use one time. They still say, Obi, this will be, maybe we know two reasons more. Why? Ethnic distrust. And that ethnic distrust dates back to the first, second coup, and dates back to the civil war. That is why ethnic distrust is a problem in Nigeria. It's a problem in Nigeria. If not, you will leave Obi that is begging, crying, that has been trying, permutating, Then you go and leave a Jonathan that have not said anything politically, that have not done any political reasoning, that is politically, I don't want to say dead, politically inactive. Then you go and bring in ethnic distrust. Ethnic distrust. They don't trust that Obi will come and truly use one term, because politics in Nigeria is a very difficult game. Power in Nigeria is, is an oxygen in nostrils for politicians. I think that's the best way I can put it. Power in Nigeria is an oxygen in nostril. If not, the North will not leave Obi, will not leave Amechi, and go and resurrect Jonathan politically. Ethnic distrust. They don't trust that. Is it true that somebody can truly come and use one term? But it is true. And a video that I recorded days ago, I gave 5 instances of people that have used one term. Let me see whether I will still be able to locate the name here. And I'll just kind of like give you that. Let me see if God helps that I can look at. Yes. I gave 5 instances of people that came and only used one term. People that came to power across the world and used one term. And it dates back to 1845. You see, the Obi boys, the Obi handlers, some of them say, let me tell you the truth, they don't know this job. Make I tell you, some of the people where they handle, they don't know this job. When he came out with his statement, and the Tinubu boys, they were tackling him, say this, that, this, that. There's a response that they are supposed to give, but they were not able to give, but I won't help them. It's not my work, it's their work. But there are 5 people. In fact, it's more than that. Let me give you James K. Polk of the United States of America. He ruled from 1845 to 1849. He ruled for just one term. James K. Polk. You can Google it. Fact check me. How did they used to say it? He ruled for only one term as far back as 1845. So don't come and tell me that there's somebody that cannot rule one term. No. What are you telling me? Don't come and say it. No. There are people that can truly come and use one term. James K. Polk, I just gave you an example. Why? He campaigned on a promise to serve only one term, just like Obi. You see all these Obi handlers. Child. Hey. James K. Polk promised that he campaigned like Obi is campaigning, I will serve one term. Then he came and served one term. By now, I expect that there will be a jingles on TV referencing the likes of James K. Polk, referencing the likes of Nelson Mandela as people that campaigned and served only one term. Then you bring Obi in at the end. We present you Obi, the man that is willing to serve one term. See, you study political science for a reason. Forget. There's a reason why you study every profession. People become medical doctor for a reason. People become pilots for a reason. It's a field on its own. Engineering, geology, they are fields on its own. So if you are not a political scientist, there are some things that you won't understand. I've heard Bola Ahmed Tinubu in this broadcast. I've said some things earlier that if they are wise, they will listen that they'll be, this thing that this guy is saying, I'm not true. Nah, I don't help Obi now. I don't help Obi now. So these are some of the things. James K. Polk in the United States, 1845. So that means that you will tell them as it is in the beginning, so it is now. Another one is Nelson Mandela. Nelson Mandela ruled from 1994 to 1999. Nelson Mandela was incarcerated for, is it about 30 years or something? He was incarcerated. But when he came to become the president of South Africa and he was to contest again, he said he doesn't have the energy like before and he wants to entrench democracy. He wants to encourage democratic vibes in South Africa. Therefore, he is limiting himself to one term. He's limiting himself to one term. My brother Powerhouse says that's 1845, man. Okay, 1845. I agree, my brother. But now I've given you 1999. Now, what happened in 1999? Oh, yeah, tell me again that that's 1999. That's what I want to hear from you. Tell me again that that's not, because I have another reference that is in the 2000s, and it's on the African soil, and I'm coming to it. I will give you that reference in a moment. It's in Africa, and it happened in the in the year 2000s. So you can say, well, it's 1845. Well, I agree, but the one I just gave you now is 1999, Nelson Mandela. So these are some of the things, although I will tell you why Obi will not serve one term, even if you wish to. I will tell you that after I've given you these 5 instances. Another one, let me answer this, my brother, before I forget his name, Powerhouse, quickly. The third one is Ahmed Abdallah Mohamed Sambi of Comoros. He ruled from 2006 to 2011. And although he was eligible, he declined to seek re-election. Gerard Okoro is saying, hi, my brother. So how about that? This is 2011. So if you say, oh, that one is 1999, that one is 1845, how about 2011? I just gave you another reference for 2011. So who says it is not possible for somebody to come and serve a term? It is possible. There are people that have voluntarily relinquished power across the world, in Africa, in the Americas. They are voluntarily relinquished, despite the fact that they are a good candidate and they have the ability and resources to run. So it is not impossible. But I will tell you, when I reach number 5, I will tell you why Obi, even if he wants to use one term, will not use a term. I will tell you. Let me give you the number 4. Jose Mujiga, Uruguay. So if you tell me, oh, Dr. Deji, that is 2011. 2011 is far away. You know, that's 2011. 2011 is not 2025. Well, how about Jose Mujiga of Uruguay? He ruled from 2010 to 2015. Very recently. He ruled from 2010 to 2015. And though he was popular, he was eligible for re-election, he chose not to run. What did he cite? He cite age, personal values, and democratic renewal. Just like Nelson Mandela. So if you say it's not possible, I just give you another example. Jose Mujiga of Uruguay. This thing that I'm saying, don't take my word for it. You can do further research. I can't explain much because of time. So I'm just giving you the names. You can read about them and do further research on your own. You know. Now, if you now say, oh, this, that, let us go back in time. Even before the 1845, George Washington, that ruled from 1789 to 1779. Do I need to lay hands on you? Do I need to fast and pray before you understand? So it is not impossible. I've given you up to 5 now. It is not impossible for Obi to come and use a term. Another thing just dropped in my brain now, which I will give you, which is that even if Obi decides to run, why he will lose the second term, I will still give you that again. And that's why I call myself your sure plug. I plug you in. Now, if Obi is the president, assuming but not conceding, let's imagine that, okay, everything that happened, Obi became president. I've talked about Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Let me talk on Obi. If Obi becomes president, and so I will use one term, why will he not use a term? The same ethnic distrust that made the North to run away, that they said they want to go and bring Jonathan, is that same ethnic that will not make Obi to serve a term. And if you are listening to me now, don't go yet. This is, a very important something that I want to give you as takeaway. You see, the East, I think the East takes power, I think during, is it Ekweme or something? Alex Ekweme. That's many, many years ago. Since then, the Hausa Fulani and the Yoruba people have been rotating power among themselves as if it's their birthright. I'm a Yoruba man. And I'm not like Davido that one Yoruba, half Igbo. No, no, no. I'm 100% Yoruba man. Patana, matana. That is father side, mother side. 100. So you cannot be more Yoruba than me. But I'm telling you, if truth is to be said, the Yorubas and the Hausa Fulani have been rotating power amongst themselves as if it's their birthright. I've never seen such in my life. You know, people don't like the truth. Some people will say, oh, you know, you are a Yoruba man. You are supposed to be speaking in support of Yoruba people. No. I will speak in support of my Yoruba people if it is the truth. But if it is not the truth, I will say the truth. Yorubas and Hausa Fulani have been rotating power among themselves. See, if Bola Ahmed Tinubu, by truth or by error or by something, if he uses, if Bola Ahmed Tinubu use 8 years, by luck or by chance, by the time the Hausa Fulani will want to hand over power in 2039, may God not kill you. Even if you have died, you'll be looking down from heaven or air. You'll be looking at what is happening. The Yorubas will be ready by 2039 to say, give me power, bring the power, give me power, it's our turn. Eh? That's how it has been happening. So if Obi becomes president, there's nothing that you can tell the Igbo people. I'm telling you. There's nothing you want to use to convince them that they've not been in power for years. They've not been in power for decades. The Yorubas and the Hausa Fulanis have been rotating power among themselves as if it's their birthright in a country of over 200 ethnic groups. What do you want to tell the Igbo people? That you cannot allow their son to use another second term. Then the ethnic arithmetic equation. Oh. The ethnic arithmetic equation. Sometimes I don't like to give these things. I'm telling you. But for the fact that you are watching me, there's no way I won't give out some things. Because it's my field. You see that ethnic, it will change from north, south, no. The argument will change to ethnic arithmetic equation. Then you will hear the Yorubas have governed Nigeria for so years. The Hausa Fulani have governed for so years. The Igbo have only governed for so years. So let Obi use another term. And the argument will be valid. Will be very, very valid. So the Hausa Fulani knows this. Do I need to lay my hands on you? Do I need to fast and pray before you understand? Do I need to take you to baptism? The Hausa Fulanis, they know this. That is why they are deciding to bring somebody like Goodluck Jonathan. They know that at the end of the day, Obi, even if he doesn't want to use second time, even if he doesn't want to do second, and I've given you instances, I've given you 5 instances, both in Africa, you know, the Americas, of people that have used a term. Some of them because of democratic values, some because of age and all that. So it is wrong to say Obi cannot use one term. No. Absolutely wrong. He can use a term. He can decide to use a term. I've given you 5 instances. But if Obi is president and he decides to use a term, he will face problem from his ethnic people. Just like Goodluck Jonathan faced problem from the Ijaw people in 2015 when they insist that he must run. I don't run out of examples. I'm a political scientist. You will recall that Asari Dokubo, as at that time, was saying that Goodluck Jonathan must run by fire by force. That whether he likes it or not, he must contest as president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Asari Dokubo was making mouth every now and then, you know. Every now and then he was making, oh, you must contest, you must do this, you must do that, you must do this, you must do that. Oh, Ijaw have never been president. The oil in Nigeria is from Ijaw land. It's Ijaw that have been feeding Nigeria. Ijaw is this, Ijaw is that. Oh, this, that, this, you know. Jonathan had to contest. So even if Obi does not want to, the ethnic arithmetic equation will come in. And when that ethnic arithmetic equation comes in, it will not favor the Hausa Fulani that wants to take power from Obi. Hello? When you do that ethnic arithmetic equation, when you do it, that ethnic equation, At the end of the day, the Hausa Fulani have ruled more. The North have ruled more than, any other region, even the South. So at that point in time, the people that want to take power from him, the Igbos will come forward that no, what are you saying? You guys have ruled for so years. After so many years, Igbo man is now in power. And you now say he should leave power. Why are you guys greedy? You spent 30-something years or 40-something years. Igbo man have not spent 10 years or 15 years. Now there's an Igbo man, you cannot leave him to just spend one more time. What kind of country is this? Then the Biafra will resurrect again. The Biafra issue will resurrect. So you see that will be contest and use one more time or give us Biafra. So some of these northern political elites, they understand some of these things, and that's why they are trying to resurrect Goodluck Jonathan. So that thing that I just said will not come to light. This thing that I'm saying, you may not agree with me, but when it happens, you will remember that, oh, somebody said this thing. Nelson says, I disagree with this. In 1976, OBJ became head of state by chance because due to 1998 today, people took advantage of PMB, not always in quotes with the... I didn't see where you disagree with me. You're almost saying what I'm saying. I said the Yorubas and the Hausa Fulanis have been rotating power amongst themselves as if it's their birthright. And I stand on that. You've not contradicted what I said. They've been rotating power. I'm a Yoruba man, but that is the truth. They've been rotating power amongst themselves. If Bola Ahmed Tinubu, by luck or chance, rule till 2031, by that 2031, Hausa Fulani is waiting. By 2039, a Yoruba man will be waiting to grab power again. The question is, Nigeria sits on a tripod. That's three. There's the Igbo, there's the Yoruba, there's the, before they used to say Hausa. At one point, it became Hausa Fulani. So if in 2039, the Yorubas will be waiting again. May God not kill us. Do we understand what I'm saying by then? So there's this ethnic issue that is affecting Obi. And if I can put it simply, it is ethnic distrust. Because why? You see, Yoruba and Hausa Fulani, they find comfort in each other. They romance themselves. They hug themselves. They cuddle themselves in terms of power to the greed of other ethnic groups. To the greed, to the disadvantage of other ethnic groups. Tell me the ethnic group that is greedy in terms of power. I will tell you Yoruba, Hausa, Fulani. I'm a Yoruba man. The next thing I will say may favor my Yoruba people. But that is the truth. And that is one of the things that is affecting Peter Obi. That's why they are going to bring Goodluck Jonathan. Ethnic distrust is a major issue. You see, if Obi were to be a Yoruba man, I can tell you that one day Obi will be president. I can beat my chest and tell you for free. If Obi were to be a Yoruba man, look at Muhammadu Buhari, because he's very popular in the north. He's an Hausa Fulani guy. It took him many years. He ended up becoming president. Look at Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Look at him, the president. Because he's a Yoruba man, it took him many years. He ended up becoming president. So Yorubas and Hausa Fulani have been greedy. That political power greed, it did their blood. I'm a Yoruba man. You will see what will happen. You will see. In fact, should I tell you something? Should I shock you? If Jonathan does not contest, because of that should I call it understanding between the Yorubas and the Hausa Fulani, it may shock you that Obi may be presented as the candidate. Then at the dying minute, the North will just follow Tinubu. I'm telling you. Dying minute. They may be considering Obi, they may be thinking Obi. Before you know it, Bola Ahmed Tinubu will just go and meet one Aliula Molu. That's the head of religion or something, all these tabligh or something. You just go and meet one strong person in the north, convince that one go come dey carry and waka go dey meet all these ustaz, all this something. Before you know it, they will begin change mouth for mosque. It will start from the mosque. Before you know it, that minute, they will just say, oh, but they'll just go dey vote for Ahmed Tinubu. Why? They have found comfort in each other. That ethnic distrust is there. I'm telling you. That is why somebody like Bola Ahmed Tinubu will be praying they should bring Obi than they should bring Jonathan. Because if they bring Obi, it will play up that ethnic card. Look at what happened in Lagos. Gbadebo Rose Vivor. Gbadebo Rose, take note of that name. The governorship as a candidate that contested against Jide Sanwo-Olu, the governor of Lagos State. Gbadebo Rose Vivor. What did they do? They say, oh, Igbo, this, that. That's nonsense. If you have ever been to school and you have ever studied history, you will know that there are some Yoruba people that bears foreign names as a result of slave trade. That's why you see education, there's something education does to you. If you are not educated, if you are not oriented, they will use little thing to disturb your brain to convince you. And that's why I look at some of my people then, that they play up the ethnic sentiment. Oh, is Igbo, is this, oh, is Shukuti, this, that. That's nonsense. That's arrant nonsense. Gbadebo Rose Vivor. Gbadebo is Yoruba. Gbadebo, it means that the return of the crown. Gbadebo, bringing back the crown. That's what Gbadebo means. Rose Vivor is apparently a name that was acquired during slave trade. And that's why you see some people, they'll be bearing Cole, they'll be bearing Smith, they'll be bearing Johnson. You may see a Yoruba man that will be bearing Femi Johnson. Look at this guy now. The CBN governor. I'm trying to remember his name. Somebody should remind me, please. I know that he falls into that category. Yemi Cardoso. Yemi Cardoso. Look at it. Yemi Cardoso. Is Cardoso a Yoruba name? Then you now say, oh, Yemi is not a Yoruba man. No, that's nonsense. Yemi Cardoso, that name, you know, Cardoso is like all this, is it Brazilian or something? So you know that the descendants, the ancestors of Yemi Cardoso were taken as slaves. Then they adopted the name of their slave masters in show of loyalty, to show that they were loyal. That's one of the things that they used to show loyalty during slave trade era. You adopt the name of your master. If your master is bearing Cardoso, you will change your name from Oluwanifemi, from, give me a Yoruba name, from Oluwayemisi, from Akonde, from Tinubu, from Oshibajo. You will change it and start bearing Cardoso to show loyalty to your slave master. And that is why the Cardoso family, I'm talking of the CBN governor now, the current CBN governor, that is why his family would have gotten that name Cardoso during the slave trade era. You don't watch me for nothing. You don't watch me and not gain something. You must gain something. Even if it's something small, you must gain something. So when you see people that are bearing all these strange surname, it's traced back to the slave trade era. So when they say, oh, Gbadebo Rose Vivor is this, is that, that's arrant nonsense. If you have orientation, if you have sat in a history class, you will know that that Rose Vivor was apparently gotten during the slave trade era. For instance, now, if I'm bearing Omoshola Smith, that shows that my descendants were taken as slaves. My ancestors, my forefathers were taken as slaves, and they adopt the name. And all of us have been bearing that name, Smith, till it gets to me. That's how it is. So they will play the ethnic card, and that minute, before you know it, they may even switch to Bola Ahmed Tinubu. So Tinubu himself, based on that ethnic card, will be praying that they should bring Obi than they should bring Jonathan. If they bring Jonathan, Tinubu is gone. There's no excuse. There's nothing you want to say. There's apparently no excuse. Because they know that there can be no argument. Jonathan will only serve one term. So it's that ethnic distrust that made them to be clamoring for Goodluck Jonathan. Not because they love him or for anything. Now, is Jonathan a good and sellable candidate? That's one thing we should look at. Is he a good and sellable candidate? Of course. Of course. Jonathan is a good and sellable candidate, not because he's a nice guy, not because he's, not because there's anything special about him, but just because when he was in power, the record as at then cannot be compared to the record now. And do you know why? There have not been any break in transmission. There have not been any, listen attentively, there have not been any break in transmission. What do I mean by that? Huh? If you are yet to subscribe to this channel, okay? Some that I don't like to give some of these things, but let me just give my people. There's no break in transmission. What do I mean by break in transmission? What I mean by that is that the APC guys snatched power from Goodluck Jonathan of the PDP in 2015. The APC guys have been ruling till now, and they will rule till 2027. Because even if anything happens to Bola Tinubu, God forbid, if anything happens to him, Shettima will take over. He's still of the APC. So whether you like it or not, except there is a military, whatever, God forbid, APC will be in power till 2027. Now, by that arithmetic, PDP have never tasted power. So since when Jonathan left, the blame of the economic hardship, the blame of the insecurity, the blame of the poverty, the blame of anything, name anything you want to name in Nigeria, can be put solely on the APC. The blame for why Naira moved from 200 to 1,600, the blame will solely be on the APC. So Bola Ahmed Tinubu will carry the burden of Buhari and his own burden. Bola Tinubu will carry his own burden and that of Buhari. You see, Bola Ahmed Tinubu would have been highly favored against Jonathan if there had been a break in transmission. Let's say they snatched power from PDP in 2015, then Buhari ruled from 2015 to 2019, then from 2019 to 2023, PDP ruled again. Then Tinubu now ruled from 2023 to 2027. That argument, will not fly. But because there is no break in transmission at all, between 2015 till now, Goodluck Jonathan is a very sellable candidate. You can't even bring him side by side with Tinubu. I'm telling you. So that is why, if I'm close to Tinubu, I will tell him, be praying, Bola, pray that they should not bring that guy. If they bring that guy, you see all this one that Festus Keyamo will come on TV, he will try to gag the media, I won't let them talk, this, that. What do you want to use to talk? All this one that Reno Mockery will say, oh, this, that. What do you want to use to campaign against Jonathan? What do you want to tell the people? That dollar move from 200 to 16? They will say they are bringing the man back. I'm telling you, it's more like a flawless victory. It's more like a flawless victory. Charles Williams said 2 things to correct. Slave masters name their slaves after them to identify ownership, and not the slave being loyal to their masters. I read history, and there's no way you would study political science and not study history. Go back and read what I said, and come back anytime I'm on live. Come and tell me that, oh, did you have read this thing? Now I understand what you are saying. There are slaves that adopted the name of their slave masters as a show of loyalty. Go and read it. You don't need to, read it. You read it. I'll just give you something free. Read. So for me, I can tell you that Goodluck Jonathan is a sellable candidate. Now, I've spoken about why they want Goodluck Jonathan. I've spoken about ethnic distrust. Now, I'm speaking about why Goodluck Jonathan is a sellable candidate and why Bola Ahmed Tinubu is in trouble. See, let us tell ourselves the truth. Let us be realistic. Forget all this psychophan, all these political, there was a time I used a word. I used political hallelujah boys. Some people are very passionate about religion. I'm a Christian too. Say, oh, Dr. Deji, don't use hallelujah. Why should you bring hallelujah? Then I apologize. Okay, sorry. I won't use that again. But then it's a political term. Not that I'm trying to kind of like speak against the Christian religion. No, I'm a Christian too. It's a political term, political hallelujah boys. Forget about what they will say. No, Goodluck Jonathan is a sellable candidate, a very sellable one. It would have been great if there had been a break in transmission. It would have been fantastic. Bola Ahmed Tinubu would have had one or two strong arguments. In fact, if he wrestled power from the PDP now in 2023, the way I did the arithmetic from 2015, it would have been great. But for Jonathan to come back, very sellable. Very, very sellable. It's a product that it is easy to sell. Very sellable. Because there's nothing you want to say against him. And to not make matters worse, since Jonathan left office, there have been no major corruption something to use to nail him. There was a time they said, oh, his wife, this, that, this. I think during Buhari era, maybe jewelry or something, But then they didn't follow up or something. During Buhari time, there was something as regards Patience Jonathan, I remember. But Jonathan himself, there's been nothing. And that itself is an issue. If there have been that, oh, Jonathan stole $250 billion, it would have been a good way to demarket him. That, oh, he's a corrupt guy. This, that, this. But now there's nothing to campaign against the man. Apparently. But trust me, the Tinubu boys will definitely come up with something. Because Tinubu have some very good hands. Let's be sincere with ourselves. Tinubu have some very good hands. And he knows his way with these people. Give it to him. He's good at that. He may not be so perfect at leadership, ruling, but when it comes to kind of like wooing people, in terms of interpersonal relations, managing people, he's good at it. So he has some very good hands. He has some kind of like spin machines. Some very good spin machines that can spin things. When I listen to some of them, I don't want to mention names now. Some of them. When I listen to some of them, I'm like, when they say something, I'll be like, this guy cannot make heaven. I'm telling you. When some of them, I don't want to start giving the examples. When they say some things, I'm like, this guy cannot make heaven. With this thing you just said, you cannot make heaven. So Bola Ahmed Tinubu have a lot of them that they can be able to spin things, come up with argument and all that. He has them. Sincerely, give it to him. But then, Jonathan is a sellable candidate. Now, let us now go to another realm. Why Jonathan accepts to run? Okay, my brother Leo says, I beg to disagree that Jonathan is a sellable candidate. Okay, Nigerians are politically aware. If he was so good, why was he removed? Corruption and insecurity were rampant during his tenure. My brother, this is how I like people to comment. You have come up with an argument. This is how mature people should contribute to a mature platform. When people come and they abuse and they curse, you don't have anything to say. That's why you'll be cursing and abusing. Look at Leo's comment now. Leo. Or should I call you double Leo? I think that's great. Double Leo. Look at double Leo's comment. You said corruption. Right? You said insecurity. Right? That's what you said. You see, this thing that you mentioned during Jonathan's time and now, you may want to make some comparison. You may want to say, oh, Boko Haram, oh, the Chibok girls, that's fine. But then, have you forgotten that during Jonathan's time, there was no predominance of banditry in Nigeria? Have you forgotten? Have you forgotten the kola nut culture? You see, when people throw some things at me, it makes me to dig deep because I'm very vast in this thing. Have you forgotten the kola nut culture? What do I mean by the kola nut culture? A governor of a northern state was saying on AIT, I won't mention the name of the governor, of a northern state was saying on AIT, Africa Independent Television, owned by the late Raymond Dokwesi, was saying that when the 2015 election was approaching, they used something that they call the kola nut culture, which is that when you take kola nut, there's something you would attach to it. Yoruba call it aroko. Some of you that are Yoruba will understand what I'm saying. They call it aroko, which is you are sending an indirect message. Kola nut culture. He said it was sent to, the the West African nations, the Fulani guys there, that their brother is in trouble. They should come and help him. And that was his argument for the prevalence of banditry. I was not the one that said it. A northern governor said it on AIT. I can tell you the name of the governor. It's there. Then, have you forgotten this Bukola Saraki close associate is a top political figure, not Bukola Saraki, his close associate, somebody in his camp, also mentioned the same thing. So you may want to consider banditry now and the effect that it has had and is still having to balance the issue of insecurity. As regards corruption, you may want to look at the economic indices and the management of the economy. You may want to look at the loan that was taken during Buhari time and the utilization of those loans. My brother, I'm telling you, Jonathan is a sellable candidate. If he has credible hands, if he has people that can bring up argument and match it man for man, forget it's a sellable candidate. I'm telling you. Except if there's something about him that they can use that we don't know. Maybe there's something in his file. Maybe there's a record. You know, Tinubu is the president. Shout out to him. Great guy in his own right. He has access to all the records. There's the DSS there, DSS file. DSS have some very intelligent guys that can do a great work. Some of them may even be watching me now. If you are watching me, shout out to you. There are intelligent people in the Nigerian police. There's NIA. Some of you will think Nigeria doesn't have security. Eh? If you know the security in Nigeria, you will know that. But the only problem is their orientation. They are more effective politically. If Tinubu say, oh, go and find me that Omosholadeji tomorrow, you will see they will provide Omosholadeji instantly. Let Tinubu tell them, go and find me Bello Tuji. Is nowhere to be found. Go and find me that terrorist that have been disturbing the north. Is nowhere to be found. But if they say, oh, they said Omosholadeji said something about me, go and find him for me. They will find me. Even if you are in the innermost part of the earth, they will find you. I'm telling you. As a political scientist, I'm telling you. Nigeria government will find you. They will get you. Nnamdi Kanu is an example. Did they not find him? If they want to find you, they will find you. That's why it's not easy to speak about politics, sincerely. Some of you don't know. If some of you know what is happening in that country, Nigeria, if God open your eyes and you see some things, if anybody comes out to speak about politics, you will respect that person. You will praise that person. But that's another thing for another day. So for me, I think Jonathan is sellable, sincerely. Jonathan is sellable again in the sense that Jonathan does not have identity crisis. Let me go a bit deep. Jonathan does not have identity crisis. Ever since he was born, he has been Goodluck Jonathan. Attended University of Port Harcourt. Was a lecturer. Rose to become deputy governor. The history has been consistent. With profound respect to my kinsman, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, he doesn't have the personal image that Jonathan has. Jonathan doesn't have an identity crisis. That's one of the sellability. Hello? That's one of the sellability if they decide to pair Jonathan with Bola Ahmed Tinubu. So you may want to consider that as well. But one thing that works for Tinubu, power of incumbency in Nigeria. Oh my God. With profound respect, this man, Egbetokun, the IGP, Egbetokun knows that if his Oga lose, he is out of job. Will Egbetokun open his eye and watch his Oga to lose? Bola Ahmed Tinubu and Egbetokun have been together since Bola Ahmed Tinubu was a governor in Lagos State. Go and ask people. That's why he appointed him. And when his tenure, when he served 35 years, Bola Ahmed Tinubu sent a bill to Akpabio, approved tenure extension. I still want this guy to be there. In him, I trust. So I won't be surprised if Egbetokun seems to pretend over the Nigerian police even during the election. This is the guy he trusts. So you cannot rule out that power of incumbency. It's a major. See, the power of the president of Nigeria. If I begin to lecture you as a political scientist about the power of the president of Nigeria, 2 weeks we still there here. 2 weeks, we still there here. So that power of incumbency is something that we work for Bola Ahmed Tinubu. And not just that power of incumbency, Bola Ahmed Tinubu is somebody that knows what power is, what it means, and how to use it. Hello? Bola Ahmed Tinubu is somebody that knows what power is and how to use it. And when the time is right, he will use it. What Tinubu needs is just to declare him as president. That, just as Mahmoud Yakub did in 2015, president-elect, bam, that's all he needs. The easiest way to stop him was before he emerged. Now that he has emerged and he's the president, it's not impossible, but it will be very difficult. Whether he is contesting against Obi, whether coalition works or not, whether it is only Jonathan and Tinubu, whether it is Obi and Tinubu alone, trust me, it would be very difficult. Because Tinubu knows that if they can just declare him, you go to court. He's waiting for you in the court. You don't want us to go into the influence of Bola Ahmed. He's a guy that he knows how to spread his tent. He's good at it. He's the master of the game when it comes to all that. So it will be very, very difficult. And now that he's sitting on that seat, that is what he wants in his life. Just let me sit on that seat. Just let me sit there. Just let me be on that seat. Just let me sit as president. Oya, come and remove me. Oya, that's the orientation. Oya, come and remove me. Real Sin, Spiritual TV. Real Sin, won't you be our pastor like this? Spiritual TV. What did the Spirit say about 2027? Me, I'm not spiritual. Real Wilson, shout out to you. So those are the things that we need to look at. What Tinubu needs is to just sit on that seat. What is supposed to happen will happen when it will happen, as at when necessary. Trust Tinubu on that. I won't say more than that. Whether right or wrong, what is supposed to happen will happen when it needs to happen, when necessary. That's the only thing I can say. I won't say much. What is supposed to happen will happen when it should happen, when necessary. That's Tinubu for you. And where you will know that Tinubu is not a guy to play with is that look at the profound respect he has for Buhari. Very respectful. If you want to greet him, he will bow. He will bow down. Very respectful. He has great regard for him. If you are yet to subscribe, of course, smash the subscribe button. Turn on your notification button. But when the time was right, what did Bola Ahmed Tinubu say? OTS sunkún lórí television. That's Buhari, or the same Buhari used to respect. That you say, oh, Buhari is good. He blasted OTS sunkún lórí television, which means that he even cried on TV. He cried, yeah, he read, now me make him president. Now it is my turn. Now, if you are doubting me, look at just that. I can give you 10 scenarios. But I'm a political scientist. I don't run short of instances. But just pick that scenario. When what's supposed to happen, happened when necessary, when the time was right. Tinubu fought back. The Buhari used to respect. He looked back and roared like a lion and opened his eyes wide. That Buhari, behave yourself. Who are you? What do you mean? What are you telling me? Was I not the one that made you? That was the video. Emilokon. It is my turn. OTS sunkún lórí television, even cried on TV. So Bola Ahmed Tinubu knows how to use the lion and the fox approach. The lion and the fox. That means that he knows when to be calm, he knows when to bow, he knows when to roar, he knows when to run to achieve his political aim, rightly or wrongly. Rightly or wrong, he knows it. He look at Buhari in the face. My friend, behave yourself. I made you. Emilokon. Look at it. Now, let me use the Bible. That's why, if you don't subscribe to my channel, you just do yourself. I'm very now. I want to use Bible now To give you this example of Bola Ahmed Tinubu and Buhari, I want to use Bible now to tell you, shout out to you, Shegun Adenuga and Opinto TV, something like that. Shout out to all of you. If you are yet to subscribe, of course, subscribe to this channel. Let me use the Bible. I said, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, GCFR, with profound respect, always bow to Buhari, not bow to prostrate, but he has great respect for him. Follow me. This is not the time to be distracted. Anything you are doing, just listen attentively. Follow me in the spirit. He used to respect Buhari very well. When Buhari became the president, Bola Ahmed Tinubu lost power. Buhari tamed him. But because Tinubu will know what he wants, when Buhari wants to contest for second term, he's still supporting. Because he knows that it will be the turn of the Yoruba people and nobody can compete with him in Yoruba land. I said Yorubas and Hausa Fulani, they are always kind of like rotating power among themselves as if it's their birthright. Follow me, I'm going somewhere. Follow me. Now, when it was time, Tinubu told Muhammadu Buhari that you cried on TV. I made you. You don't behave like that. Who are you? You, Buhari, you? You that you cried on TV that I made you president with my political clout, my influence, my money. You, Buhari, the same Buhari. Now, let's go into the scripture. When Lazarus, shout out to people that are not Christians. That's why. If you come to the platform of a political scientist that is talking politics, sometimes you need to come with biro and paper. When Lazarus was dead, and Jesus Christ was to resurrect Lazarus, he turned to his Father in heaven. He prayed in a very low tone. Father, I thank you for when I call on you, you always answer me. He spoke with humility. He was talking to his Father. All of a sudden, when he was to address the spirit of death and hell in Lazarus, he turned and he cried, Lazarus, come forth. Two reactions within a small space of time. Two contrasting reactions within a short space of time. Lazarus was dead. Jesus got there. He first consulted his Father in heaven. He prayed to his Father in a very low tone, in humility, with humility. And all of a sudden, when he prayed to his Father, he turned to the grave of Lazarus to address the spirit of death and hell in Lazarus. He knows that it will not be easy. To address the spirit of death and hell in Lazarus, he knows he needs to cry out, and he knows that they need to see fire in his face and tongue. He knows that the spirit of death and hell is a very stubborn spirit. Same, Bola Ahmed Tinubu knows that to get power from Buhari at that point in time, you don't have to be kind, you don't have to be nice, you don't have to be respectful. And that's why he said, power is not served a la carte. That's why I can always connect this thing to each other. Bola Ahmed Tinubu did not say power is not served a la carte for nothing. Jesus turned to the grave. Lazarus, come forth. With a commanding tone, with a tone of finality, with a tone of no, it must happen, else I am disgraced. With a tone of that this is what I want. So the same Bola Ahmed Tinubu that always respect Buhari, when it was time, he turned around and said, you, Buhari, I made you president. You cried on television. I've used the Bible now to tell you political behavior. Some of you will still come to my class. You will hear my analysis and you will say, you must come to my class by fire, by force. Oh my God. So why did Jonathan accept to run? Let me go into that. Why did Jonathan accept to? Because it was reported by Vanguard that Jonathan's ally, his trusted person, as quoted by Vanguard, said he has accepted to run and Jonathan is coming. If you are yet to subscribe, please subscribe to this channel. And tell others, don't just enjoy me alone. Jonathan accepted to run apparently because in Nigeria, power is everything. Power is everything. In Nigeria, power is everything. Let me give you an example. I'm not supposed to carry una go far like this, so I swear. But let me give you. Dr. Ruben Abati, the veteran journalist. Some of you don't know that Abati is an old guy. That Abati that some of you will just abuse. Oh, Abati. No, Abati don't play in this game. Oh, no be a small guy. You know. And he's intelligent in his own right. That I can tell you. When I hear intelligent people, I know. Shout out to him. Ruben Abati said something, which is, he said the spirit in Aso Rock and the issue of power. He said his phone stopped ringing. I'm just trying to use that illustration to tell you the way power is in Nigeria. He said his phone stopped ringing. Immediately, Jonathan lost the election. It shows that in Nigeria, power is everything and anything. If Bola Ahmed Tinubu lose today, some of the people that are worshiping him, some of the people that want to die because of him, will be the first people that will look at him and spit on his face, say, "Pwah, Ogun kill you." I'm telling you, there's some of them will go as far as that and tell Bola Ahmed Tinubu to his face, if he doesn't have power again, say, "Bola, you be mumu man." Some of them will do it. Let me give you an example. When Buhari was in power, Festus Keyamo cannot look Buhari in the eye and say nonsense. When Bola Ahmed Tinubu won the election and Bola Ahmed Tinubu was about to take over power, he was one of the first people that criticized the Buhari that, what was his argument then as regards appointment or something like that? Festus Keyamo. Why didn't he say it at the Federal Executive Council meeting at that point in time when Buhari was still in power for a long time, or will still be in power for a long time? So it's not everybody that likes Tinubu. In fact, I can tell you as a political scientist of repute that the greatest enemy of Bola Ahmed Tinubu is just around him. Just around him. I'm telling you, some of the people that hate him the most is around him. Sometimes you'll be looking far away. Oh, my enemy. Obi. 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 Oh, Atiku. Oh, Kwakwaso. Oh, Jonathan. Sometimes the enemy is just around you. You see the enemy every day. I'm telling you. I can give you political examples like 25. But I won't go into that today. The enemy is just around you. I can give you a lot of political examples. But that's for another day. So Jonathan accepted to run because power is anything and everything in Nigeria. Why did Kwamwan was fine there? Why did you go and stand in front of the aeroplane? What made him think he has the effrontery to carry alcohol or water against aviation safety protocol? What makes you think he thinks he has the effrontery, or what? Apologies. Or what gave him the effrontery? Power. Attachment to power, alignment to power, being connected to power. That's why Wasiu will have that effrontery. Can he do that in Canada? Can he do that in Canada? Can he do that in the United States? Can he do it in even Ghana? Can he try that nonsense? I saw the video today of what truly happened. And I shook my head that some of these people now then go room Bola Ahmed Tinubu if Tinubu himself is not careful. Some of these people will say that they carry power for head. Oh, our father is the president. Oh, we are the Tinubu boys. Some of them now then go room that man if he's not careful. Because the man self, they see some of all these things. So I'm telling you, Tinubu is an old guy. He has himself to look after. He was just begging God, keep me alive. God, keep me alive. There's a stage you get to, all you just beg God for is keep me alive. But some of these people, the way they behave, they will ruin the man if they are not careful. Because you are a Tinubu boy. That's why God bless Festus Keyamo. Even if he will get presidential pardon, even if they will reverse that decision, he was still bold enough to take. I don't really agree with most of the character of Festus Keyamo, particularly when he appears on media. The way he tried to gag the media, he won't let them ask questions. for them to land. If they ask question that you don't like, then you react negatively as if it is not their work. That's nonsense. But kudos to him the way he has handled the K1 matter. So all these things, power is anything and everything in Nigeria. Power is anything and one of the problems is presidential powers in Nigeria have not come with consequence. I would have loved if I'm talking to PhD political science students. I need to explain some things. Presidential powers have not been fully questioned in Nigeria. Once you leave, your successor will not question you. Obasanjo left, Yar'Adua kept short. Yar'Adua died, Goodluck Jonathan kept quiet. Jonathan left, Buhari, went deaf and dumb. Buhari left now, Tinubu now is acting deaf and dumb. Presidential powers or abuse of presidential powers have not been fully held to account in Nigeria. And that itself makes power lucrative, makes power attractive, whereby if you have any opportunity to grab it, you want to go for it. And that's why if Jonathan accepts to run, it's basically apparently because of such reason, because he knows what power is in Nigeria. I just hope that if he eventually runs, he would have learned something because he has grown more matured, and trust me, he's a decent guy. But truly, indeed, don't deceive yourself, Jonathan may truly be coming. I'm telling you. Now, the other realm to go is, can Jonathan defeat Tinubu? I've spent more than the time I allotted for this video. But when you enjoy what you do, can Jonathan defeat Tinubu? I want to talk about that. Then what is Obi's fate? What is Obi's fate? I want to talk about that, but maybe I'll talk about that another day. And then I also want to talk about Wike. If Jonathan truly decides to run, what will happen to Wike? What is the dilemma of Wike? I have that, in my agenda, but maybe not today. Then what I will do if I am Goodluck Jonathan? What I will do if I'm Goodluck Jonathan? But I think, let me just touch on, can Jonathan defeat Tinubu? Then we call it a day. If you are yet to subscribe, turn on your notification button, catch up with my past video. Can Jonathan defeat Tinubu? It's not impossible. Very, very possible. Can Obi defeat Tinubu? It's not impossible, but more difficult than that of Jonathan. In the sense that, you see, there's something about the office if you have occupied it before. Let me use car to explain to you. If you have, if you know how to drive and you have sat on the steering before, if they say, oh, come and sit on the steering, you have that knowledge. You have that experience. Experience is not for nothing. But Obi has not sat on that seat before. So if Jonathan contests against Tinubu, you'll be having a race of two people that are not a novice to the office. That itself is one advantage. You have two people that have contested election and have gotten the mandate of the Nigerian people. You have two people that have both been addressed as the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. You have two people that have represented Nigeria at the international forum. You have two people that have campaigned across the length and breadth of Nigeria and have been declared winner rightly or wrongly by INEC. When those kind of two people, when they meet again, or when they are in a face-off, expect fire, expect thunder, expect lightning. So that's one thing about Goodluck Jonathan. So can Obi defeat Tinubu? Of course, yes. Tinubu is not undefeatable, of course. But for Obi to defeat Tinubu, from my lens as a political scientist, it will be necessary for Nigerians to have Obi versus Tinubu and others. What do I mean by and others? Obi versus Tinubu and others. Which means that Obi is the other major candidate Others are those in ZLP, UUP, LMW, ABP, all those, political parties that you can't even remember them or their logo. So it should be Obi versus Tinubu and others. If they can produce that kind of ticket, Tinubu will have a very hard time. If we will have but then it's very difficult, especially with somebody like Atiku Abubakar. That's a bit difficult, sincerely. That's a bit difficult because age is not on Atiku's side. He will be 81 or so in 2027. So if he allows Obi to run, by the time Obi finish a term, he will be 85. People will be counting his age for him and say, no, you can't lose at 85. God forbid this, that, this. So Atiku will want to give it another shot. And if we have Atiku, Obi, and Abubakar again, Atiku, no, Tinubu, Obi, Atiku. If we have them again, if you join Kwakwanso to Obi will still lose. Obi and Atiku can deliver the mandate. Obi and Kwakwanso cannot. Obi and Atiku made together with Obi as the presidential candidate can deliver the mandate. But Obi and Kwakwanso cannot deliver the mandate. It's insufficient. But Obi and Atiku can. But will Atiku ever step down with his own political guys that are telling you, oh, this is your best time, oh, now Buhari is dead, oh, you see that now or never, if you don't do it now, he's finished, Tinubu, he will lose and all that. And Atiku himself being addicted to contesting, lack of strategy. Every time you want to be on the ballot, veteran contestant. Every time he wants to be on the ballot, I don't know what he gets in that thing. Be a Tinubu for once, strategize, look at it, shoot your shot, whether rightly or wrongly, emerge. It's not just by contesting every time. So if you look at the political terrain at the moment, Obi and Atiku can deliver the mandate, but Atiku is a problem. A major problem. A major problem. Don't expect that you just convince Atiku easily that, oh yeah, Atiku let Obi run, and he will say, okay, Obi, go on. But no. So Obi's problem is even Atiku. And Atiku can never be vice, God forbid. That's what he will tell you. That a position he left in 2027 that he occupied for 8 years, he can never be vice. Is either president or nothing. And Obi will not be vice to Atiku. If not, he will lose the obedient support base instantly. If he decides that we want to be vice to Atiku, because the obedient want him or nothing. So Obi himself has to be careful. And that's why Bola Ahmed Tinubu now is dancing. He's rejoicing. He's dancing. Because he knows that Atiku will not give that Obi boy a chance, Joe. Make at the Atiku veteran contest. He go on contest. So Tinubu is just dancing and rejoicing. He's dancing and rejoicing. But then, move front. Look at Jonathan. Tinubu will now go back and think that, there's fire on the mountain. Jonah. Then he has to go back and re-strategize. So a lot of issues. Olofin says Abuja right now lockdown. What do you mean by lockdown? Is there any problem in Abuja? Please shed more light, please, so that our people watching don't get. Okay, he's talking about political permutation. He say Kano lockdown, right? I think North Central lockdown. Okay, he's talking about political permutation. I only saw the Abuja lockdown. So okay, lockdown by APC. Okay, maybe that's your political permutation. Abuja lockdown. Okay, well, we wait and see. I don't know. But when I saw Abuja right now lockdown, I thought maybe there was an issue, God forbid bad thing. So that's why I said you should share. But I've read the other comment now and understand the context at which you are coming from. Other people that disagree with you, we speak in the comment section and all that. Next time I would speak about the Wike factor, very important. Then I will speak about Obi's fate, very, very important. But let me just round up with this one. What I will do if I am Goodluck Jonathan? What I will do if I am Goodluck Jonathan? What I will do will shock you. If I'm Goodluck Jonathan, sincerely, I will not run. And I'll tell you the reason. Sincerely, I will not run, because you bringing me back is not because you love me or you find anything special in me. You want to use me as an instrument. I refuse to be used as an instrument. I refuse. You that remove me, that disgrace me from office, you are the one that still want to use me as a political instrument to power. No, I will not let you use me. The Buhari you bought, the Buhari you brought to power, and Tinubu inherited Buhari. Tinubu emerged after Buhari. The Tinubu now is reportedly showing you shege. You don't want him again, and you are looking for how to sack him. Then you want to use me that you sack to bring Buhari to power, that Tinubu inherited power from him. It is now me, the same Jonathan that you want to use. I refuse to be used. Those are some of the reasons that I will not run if I'm Goodluck Jonathan. I will not. Because I refuse to be used. You brought this upon yourself. Carry your cross. If I'm Goodluck Jonathan, I would rather support somebody like Obi and say, Obi, you've done a lot, you've invested a lot, people love you. I will give you the little support that I can give you. If you don't like Obi, Amechi is your statesman. You know, you are from Bayelsa, Amechi is from Rivers, Patience Jonathan is from Rivers, support Amechi. But if I'm Jonathan, for the North to use me, if I'm Goodluck Jonathan, I will not. I will not allow. Carry your load. Carry your cross. I will not allow them use me. At all, I will not. No, I will not allow them use me. But then, Goodluck Jonathan has his own decision. But if I'm Goodluck Jonathan, I will not allow them use me. Because I know that they want to use me as a stepping stone, which is not right. And then another thing is that I will not take the risk with somebody like Bola Ahmed Tinubu. See, there are people that, and there are people. There are people that when the race is tough, they can do a lot. There are people that when it gets to the stage, they can face the fire, they can face the storm, they can damn the consequence. If you look at Bola Ahmed Tinubu, you will see it in him. That this guy is not somebody that you can just overwrite like that. And in a country like Nigeria, with the current structure of INEC, the police, the judiciary, with profound respect to all of them, if I'm Jonathan, I won't risk it. I'll just keep my integrity intact. Because I know that if INEC is sold out, if police compromise, that means that Tinubu is already 30% ahead in the game. The abracadabra of INEC, the magomago of police, if you had it, that is like 30% ahead. Then, how easy is it for me to get justice in the judiciary? More of maybe not than maybe. If I put that calculation together, I will not run if I'm Jonathan. Because the system is not how it was in 2015. Tinubu will not appoint a jega that he has never met. Forget that thing. They may come out and tell the media, oh, the president has never met this person. Oh, this person is this, that, this. Oh, okay. As they say in Street Palace, they play. The real thing, the real game, if there's an INEC chairman today, he will have only one mandate. Just one. One. You can fail to deliver Lagos State. That's your problem. River State, Akwa Ibom, Kano, Kaduna. But even the chairman that is appointed, we know he has just one mandate. Bearing any circumstance, just make sure that that name, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, return elected, comes out of your mouth. That's the thing. So if the system is the way it is, how do you want to go and confront Bola Ahmed Tinubu as a Goodluck Jonathan? As a Goodluck Jonathan. If I'm Goodluck Jonathan, I will not run. I'm telling you. I won't be used. Then I won't risk my integrity for knowing that there is a flawed system. Knowing that the system, there's high probability of compromise. So I won't risk my integrity, which I am an African superstar. Goodluck Jonathan, whether you like it or not, is an African star. Everybody in Africa likes him. Immediately he left power. They even gave him peace prize recently. He will go and monitor election, AU monitoring team, ECOWAS monitoring team, peace talk, all those things, everywhere. Even in Nigeria, just one statement and one statement and one action made him a star. What is the statement? My blood is not worth the ambition of anybody. What is the action? He called Muhammadu Buhari. Okay, Your Excellency, congratulations. One statement, one action made Goodluck Jonathan a star. One statement, one action. The statement is, my blood is not worth the blood of anybody and all that. The action is, congratulations, Mr. President. So his integrity is intact. But if you want to go and wrestle with Bola Ahmed Tinubu, if you want to wrestle, it's not a pig, with profound respect. I'm just using that as an analogy. If you want to go and wrestle with a pig, you must be ready to be dirty, to fight like a mad person. Is Jonathan ready to fight like a mad person? Then, with the system, the kind of system that we operate, whereby somebody will just wake up in the morning. Let me give you an example, so that you understand what I'm saying. Let me give you a perfect example, then I'll close. We call it a day. Because I don't like to speak in vacuum. Let me just give you a realistic example that will make you understand. We operate a system in Nigeria whereby you will say you want to do something, you can do it. That is INEC now. You will say you want to do something, you can do it. Nobody forced you. Nobody came to beg you. You brought out the guideline. You yourself said you can do electronic transmission. Nobody forced you. You open your mouth and say, oh, we have the capacity, we can. Hold that one. Keep it one side. If you are yet to subscribe, of course, do well to subscribe to this channel. Turn on your notification button too. Hold that one. Hold it one side. Just hold it. Hold that one side. Then, on the other hand, you requested for money. You told Nigerians, give me your money. Let me do this for you. I'm talking about the flawed system now, so that you understand. Give me money. Let me do this for you. Give me money. Money was, how much do you need, INEC, to give us electronic transmission? Okay, I need so billion. Take. You have collected the money. You requested for it. You said you can do it. You collected the money. You were given. All of a sudden, some non-entity will just sit down somewhere and tell you technical glitch. Are you crazy? Technical what? Something you collected money for. The vote of over 200 million people at a crucial time. You just wake up and say technical glitch. Technical glitch kill you there. In a country, a reasonable country, you still dey suffer until now. That what technical glitch go still dey make you suffer. You still dey suffer until now. That you collected people's taxpayers' money. You said you can do it. Then at a crucial time, you come up with technical glitch or something. No, you can't come up with that. So if you look at it very well in Nigeria, that action came, and there was no consequence. No consequence for action. I'm talking about the flawed system and the 2029 and 2027 electoral election, presidential election. You collected money. Then you come up all of a sudden, technical glitch. So we cannot, transmit the result, and you went on with it and declare somebody a winner, rightly or wrongly. Now, what is the consequence for the action? Okay, Oga, bring the money back, return our money. No money returned. Okay, this action that you have taken, come and account to us. What truly happened? How it happened? No account. Eh? I'm talking about the flawed system. So it means that you can say you need something, you can do something, and at the end of the day, you won't do. And I told some of my friends then, we were just talking politics, and I said, Nigeria is a country whereby what they are saying is that I can tell you now, let me use a name. There's Pali, there is Olofin. Let me use Olofin and Pali now in the comment section. I can tell Olofin that, Olofin, come. You don't say, this your car, I feel repair am. I forget, I be mechanic now. I feel do this car. Forget to. If you give me money, I go do am. Then Olofin trust me and give me the money. And when he give me the money, I didn't do it, and there's no consequence. That's what apparently happened with INEC. This is not connected to Tinubu. This is INEC as an institution. In fact, should I shock you? Tinubu may not even know some of this. It may be maybe some of his boys or something that are very desperate for him to win. And at the end of the day, there was no consequence for action. Now, let me go into the other realm, which is the final one, the judiciary. When you go to the judiciary, you go there for justice, right? If I say I can do something and I didn't do it, if they take me to the court must say, why didn't you do this thing? For failing to do this thing, this is what should happen to you, right? So when the election was adjudicated upon by the judiciary, and the judiciary made pronouncement that Bola Ahmed Tinubu was validly elected, it's okay. If that's the wisdom of my Lord Justices, that's fine. But I was expecting that if you say Bola Ahmed Tinubu win, I'd have no problem with it. If you had said Atiku Abubakar won, it's okay. If you have said Obi won, it's okay. I've argued that what we are practicing in Nigeria now is judicracy. But that's another argument for another day. Not democracy, judicracy, a judicratic system of government. But I'll give you the explanation another day, I promise. Because I'm rounding up. What we have now is not democracy, it is judicracy. Judicratic system of government. But if you say Bola Ahmed Tinubu is validly elected, what happens to the technical glitch of INEC? The judiciary, nothing. So that means the billions that was allocated for INEC to give us electronic something. End of story. So in Nigeria, in that kind of system, if there is no punishment for INEC, Mahmoud and his cohort, tell me why they will not tell you in 2027 that in fact there's even no server. Tell me why. No, let's be sincere. Tell me one reason why they will not tell you in 2027 that there's no server, and they will collect money that will bring money. Will do electronic transmission. Then on the election day, they will tell you, oh, sorry, because they know that at the end of the day, you go to court, you argue it, the judiciary will pronounce a winner, and at the end of the day, the judiciary will not give any punishment to INEC or mandate INEC to return some of the money or come and account for how the money was spent or why there was a technical glitch. There will be no explanation, and that is the end of it. That is the kind of flawed electoral system that we practice. This has nothing to do with Tinubu. This has nothing to do with Obi. This has nothing to do with Kwakwanso or Atiku. I'm talking about the electoral system itself. Very flawed, very terrible. If you like Tinubu, you may rejoice because it favors you. But tomorrow, there may be a president in power that you may not like. Then you will understand maybe some of these things. Very flawed system with no consequence for action. Till today, Mahmoud is still roaming about. INEC chairman. No explanation, no consequence. Tell me why such a scenario will not repeat itself in 2027. So if I'm Goodluck Jonathan, I will consider the system that I'm going to confront, the referee of that particular process that I'm submitting myself to. So it's going to be an interesting time in 2027, My brother, all of you says ACAT tampered with the something. Okay, they're not tampered with US own, right? If you look at the money INEC collected and the money that was collected for such in some other countries, you know that even INEC apparently over budgeted for it. But when it comes to the governorship, it works, or other election, it works. Don't let's go into that, my brother. The system, so far there's no consequence for action. Forget it. And what we have now, there's apparently no consequence for action. Oh, I've seen one of my great politicians. It's been a while. Oh, I must not fail to acknowledge you. Ola Adewale, if you are watching me, God bless you, sir. This is one of my politicians way back, before my platform even gets to this stage at all. These are the people that watch me. These are the people that love me for who I am. These are the people that are matured and behave themselves. They don't abuse, they don't cause. Ola Adewale, God bless you, sir. Great to have you here. Shout out to you. I greet you specially. These are the people that know me when I used to do live way back then. You know, they know me. God bless you, sir. Great to have you. But you came late anyway. Of course, you can watch back. So let's see what happens, my people. If you are yet to subscribe, please do well to subscribe to this channel. Turn on your notification button. Tell who needs to know that this is the channel to be, and we'll make a lot happen by the grace of God, especially as the election approaches. If you are looking for raw analysis of politics and happenings in the polity in Nigeria, not from any person, not from anywhere benefits, not from a medical doctor talking politics, not from a mechanic, running political commentary, no, not from an engineer, not from Medbe or Yabara. No, if you want to hear from a political scientist, this is the channel to be, and you will hear it the way it is by the grace of God. We'll make it happen as much as we can. Although I can't do this every day, my calendar is so tight, it's so crazy. But by popular demand, I just thought, okay, my people have missed me. There are some people that even write me, oh, Dr. D, is long, let's feel you, give us live, we want live and all that. So there you have it. By the grace of God, let's see what happens, maybe Saturday or Sunday. I think tomorrow is Friday, right? Tomorrow is Friday. This is Thursday, Friday. Tomorrow is most unlikely, but I will do a recording, of course, of the trending issue. So, and my recording, I don't make it long. I make it just like 10 to 12 minutes. And if you don't watch my recording to the end, you are doing yourself, as they say in street parlance, because sometimes there's a way I structure my recording. For that 10-15 minutes, if you don't watch it from the beginning, if you skip it, you won't understand. But there's a way this is my thing. There's a way I structure it. And sometimes I will intentionally go and put the strong point. Sometimes I'll put it at the beginning. Sometimes I'll put it at the middle. Sometimes I'll put it at the end. But if you want a holistic view of it, always watch the videos from beginning to the end. It's not always long. If you check my recordings, maybe 11 minutes, 12 minutes, 13 minutes occasionally. If you are the type that don't watch it, or you are missing a great deal, because every video comes with something new and something great. And if you care to always hear from a political scientist, a trained one, I have a PhD in political science and my 3 degrees from 3 continents by the grace of God. There's not anybody want to tell me in this politics and governance that is trained to me, to the glory of God, with utmost humility to God. So I appreciate all of you. Thank you for joining me. You could have watched something else. I didn't even believe that I would have this kind of amount of views, because it's long that I did live. There was a point I was having over 200 views. I thought maybe I'll just have 10 people or 15 people watching me. So thanks for the love. Of course, we'll make it happen again. Let's see what happens Saturday, Sunday. That's why I said turn on your notification button. By the grace of God, we'll make it happen. It's been an interesting time with you, by the grace of God, and I thank and appreciate every one of you. Tell who needs to know. We'll make things happen by the grace of God. Always remember that I love you all sincerely.